presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Now the Padres able to take the first of this three-game series against the Nationals. Nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Roark, who does not give up home runs, has given up 2 in this game to Matt Kemp.
Strikes out the side. That's 10 punch-outs for Scherzer.
I think that one right there was rattling the scaffolding around the Capitol building.
Good start to this series last night for the Padres. Luis Perdomo, just 23 years old, a Rule 5 draft pick selection, with another excellent start as we continue to see the young guy mature right before our eyes. Welcome back to Washington, D.C. with Mark Grant. I'm Jesse Agler. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night from the nation's capital. Perdomo, a big story last night, Mark. Another big story, certainly, Matt Kemp, 2 more home runs.
Boy, with the way he's swinging the bat, the home run is a big story for Matt Kemp. That's why he's hitting third. You want him up in the first inning. You get 1 or 2 guys on, the chances of the home run, you get on the board early. He is not missing any mistakes, Jesse. These pitches high, belt buckle high, going to center field, pulling the baseball, just seeing the ball extremely well. 6 home runs, driven in 8 the last 6 games. That's why you keep him in number 3 spot. Will Myers bats for it. You get multiple runs in that first inning, hopefully.
Max Scherzer on the mound. We saw him earlier this season at Petco Park. Obviously, one of the toughest pitchers in the National League.
Yeah, soon to be 32. He's 10-6 this year. And when I look at Max Scherzer this year, the ERA below 3, but against San Diego, 2.57. His last 9 outings, a 1.61 ERA. How do you get to Max Scherzer? Alan Zinter says you got to get the ball up. He's a power pitcher, and keep this in mind when you watch him. Each inning he goes out there, it's like a closer trying to shut him down to the 9th inning. He's a 9-inning closer each and every time out, so that's why he's a power guy. He can locate as well.
Interesting way to look at it. Certainly, Scherzer was good against the Padres last month at Petco, but San Diego kind of hung on against him, and they beat the Nationals, taking care of things against the Washington bullpen. Welcome back to the nation's capital. When we come back, first pitch of tonight's game, second of 3 between the Padres and the Nats, coming up on Fox Sports San Diego. Petco, your complete pet store. By Pinnacle on the Park, make your new home here. Visit pinnacleonthepark.com for details. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. White House just a little while away from here. Travis Jankowski and Max Scherzer, and we're underway. Strike one. Second game of a three-game series. Padres took the opener last night. Perdomo over Roark, 5-3. One strike pitch to Jankowski, popped out of play, and quickly 0-2. Not a comfortable position to be in for any batter against Max Scherzer.
No, because he's got overpowering stuff, and this is exactly what he wants to do, get quickly ahead 0-2. Now he can expand the strike zone. He's got the breaking ball, the slider, the curveball, changeup.
Andy Green watches on as Scherzer delivers the two-strike pitch, and Travis Jankowski is strikeout number 172 on the season for Scherzer. He leads all of baseball in that department. Well, you just saw Travis Jankowski. Let's take a look at the rest of the Padre lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Will Myers coming to the plate now. He is back at first base after the night off last night. Kemp, Solarte, Upton in the middle with Schimpf, Bethancourt, Ramirez, and the pitcher Edwin Jackson, who, as you see, had a couple of hits in his Padre debut on Sunday. Nice to see Myers back in there. It had been a while since Will Myers got a day off. Brett Wallace got the nod at first base yesterday. Myers able to rest up a little bit during this hot and humid road trip. And he takes inside. Nope, that's a strike. Off of Max Scherzer, who he saw last month at Petco Park. And that was a first inning home run.
And I think that's a great game plan against Max Scherzer. If he's going to pepper it away to righties, take him that way. It's exactly what Will Myers did at that at-bat.
We've seen so much of that from Myers this year.
Now does Scherzer counter? Because believe me, pitchers know what pitch he threw and where they hit it. And that last pitch right there inside, trying to tie up Will Myers.
Misses a little bit there with the fastball. 2-1 as we take a look at the Max Scherzer scouting report, brought to you by Mark Grant.
Power pitcher, he's a strike thrower. And as I mentioned in our open, it's as if he's going out there every inning to close a ball game. Max effort, no pun intended.
First start of the season, 21st start of the season for Scherzer, 31 years old. Had a 20 strikeout game back in May against the Tigers. Last year threw a couple of no-hitters. Not a bad welcome to Washington after signing the big contract.
You know, he could go out there and throw 180 pitches each outing if they'd let him. Obviously that's not going to happen, but he's that type of pitcher. He doesn't want to give up the rock.
There's another strikeout. Jankowski and Myers each go down swinging, and very quickly 2 away. Tom Hallion going to be calling the balls and strikes for Scherzer and Edwin Jackson. He's the crew chief. Laz Diaz, the first base umpire tonight. Adam Hamari at second. And the third base umpire is Dan Bellino.
How about Scherzer breaking out the cambio early on? Really? Is that fair?
Does it have to be?
Wow.
Matt Kemp, the hero last night for the Padres. 2 more home runs. First one, a solo shot in the first against Roark. And the second one, a 3-run homer that was the difference in the game. 95 from Scherzer with movement. It's not coming in straight, that's for sure.
No.
Scherzer working quickly here. And Kemp in the air, very shallow right field. That is Bryce Harper making the catch, and it is a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Scherzer. The Nationals coming up against Edwin Jackson.
That's not a very good question to ask me. Is my team that bad? You know, no, I don't think that's a good question ever, really, because I mean that's a kind of a loaded question and kind of a a negative question. I'm not going to down talk my guys, because they're struggling. You don't kick dirt on people when they're down.
Dusty Baker not too happy with the question he got after the loss last night. He was basically asked, Mark Grant, if Luis Perdomo was that good or if his Nationals were that bad. Perdomo, 2 runs, 4 hits in 7 innings of work. What do you think of the way he answered the question?
I thought it was the way he should have answered the question. You always stick up for your team no matter what. That's a manager's job. And quite frankly, I think Perdomo was good because we saw each and every pitch on the corners. He very rarely made a mistake. He struck out Bryce Harper twice. Every team struggles, right? He got Daniel Murphy. I mean, that's a manager's job to stick up for his troops.
Ben Revere, one of the guys certainly who has been struggling, and he's leading off again here tonight against Edwin Jackson. Perdomo was outstanding last night.
He was.
It has been really, really fun to watch his progression this year. Revere takes high.
It's a different story if he's throwing meatballs right down the middle and guys are popping it up, swinging through it. But that wasn't the case. This kid was throwing with aggression. He was throwing with movement. He was throwing to his spots. He was mixing up his pitches well.
Revere in the air. That's not what they want out of him. Jankowski makes the catch, and Revere, who was hitless yesterday, lines to center for the first out here. And we take a look at the rest of the Nationals lineup, brought to you by Hyundai. That is Jason Worth. He comes to the plate to be followed by the leading hitter in the National League, Daniel Murphy. Bryce Harper cleaning up, the number 2 hitter in the National League. Wilson Ramos behind him. Robinson, the only change from last night. They had Trey Turner at second, Murphy at first, Rendon, Espinoza, and the pitcher, Max Scherzer.
So I guess to answer your question, Jesse, I think Dusty Baker answered that like a pro and like a veteran manager should have.
Got to stick up for your guys, but I don't think that's an inappropriate question to ask a manager. Doesn't happen in every market. Worth bends away from a fastball. Home run in the first inning last night for Jason Worth. He has reached base in 26 consecutive games. And Edwin Jackson making his second start in a Padre uniform. The first one pretty spectacular. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for the curveball early. He's got the 4-pitch mix and effectively wild. I mean, last time out we talked about it. He was up and in, down and away. He'd hit his spots, and it was just that one bad pitch. The only pitch that the opposition did damage on. It was the home run. Other than that, here's another guy I think can go 150 pitches. He's proven that before, hasn't he?
Big time. No hitter back in 2010. Arizona at Tampa Bay. Both starting pitchers here tonight have no-nos under their belts in their big league careers. Perfect pitch to Jason Worth in 2-2.
And the one thing also, and Andy Green said this, his stuff still plays. 14 years in the big leagues, 11th organization, and Edwin Jackson can still get it up there to the mid-90s, 95, 96 when he wants to.
Yeah, we absolutely saw that against the Giants. He pitched the Sunday game, as you remember, as the Padres swept San Francisco 3 straight coming out of the All-Star break. He was great Sunday. Luis Perdomo was great last night. Take a little bit of a look at some of what the 23-year-old accomplished against a very good hitting ball club.
That's a nasty changeup down and in. That's a breaking ball swung on and missed to the MVP, Harper. That's to a guy who's #1 in the National League in hitting. Not taking good hacks. Avoiding the sweet spot. Some special stuff out of the hand of Luis Perdomo.
I'll answer the question Dusty Baker was asked. Luis Perdomo was good.
No question.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jason Worth, and the Washington left fielder stays alive. There's another 95-mile-per-hour fastball from Jackson.
See, now if I'm a manager, and Dusty is his own, obviously he's going to answer that his own way. But I'm going along the avenue like you said. If I'm manager and I'm posed that question, I'm saying, you know what, he was darn good tonight because he faced a darn good lineup. My guys are good. There's a reason why we're in first place.
Yeah, it doesn't take anything away from your guys
not
to
at all.
Compliment the opposition. Got him. Tom Hallion spins and rings up his first batter of the night. Edwin Jackson strikes out Jason Worth.
And we saw high strike zone last night. That's a breaking ball. Look where he catches it, right at the belt buckle.
Padre defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Melvin Upton back in left field after he started in center last night. Jankowski and Kemp out there. Solarte Ramirez on the left side. Ryan Schimpf, Will Myers on the right. And Christian Bethencourt behind the plate. He caught Edwin Jackson on Sunday as well. Now Daniel Murphy, .350 batting average. 348. Technically #1 in the National League. This guy was always a fine hitter with the Mets, but this is something different in 2016, isn't it?
Most definitely. I thought last year during the playoffs it was like one of those things. Okay, had a great postseason. Where is he going to sign? Where is he going to go? Ends up with a curly W on his chest. And I'll tell you what, I would have lost the bet if you said on July 23rd that he's hitting .348. Would you have won that bet?
Absolutely not. Grounded out his first 3 at-bats in last night's game before homering in the 8th inning. And that's the thing. It's not just the batting average.
Doubles machine.
19 homers, 28 doubles. It's been incredible. Bethencourt down to a knee, and that curveball is whacked to right field. Kemp coming in, not going to be able to make the play. And another hit for Daniel Murphy. So in his last start, Edwin Jackson did not allow a base hit until the 7th inning. But with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, Daniel Murphy gets him, and now it'll be Bryce Harper in a scoreless game.
Well, it was a curveball, and I'll tell you what, if that's a hit that he gives up early, I would gladly like to see Edwin Jackson go into the 8th inning and not give up a home run. What I'm saying is I'd rather have him throw a one-hitter now and go deep into the 8th inning. It keeps the ball in the ballpark there. I don't know whether Matt got a bad jump on that or what. It's kind of tough to tell from our vantage point up here.
Yeah, the line drives, the fly balls, the pop-ups. From above the upper deck, they look a little bit different. Here's the reigning National League most valuable player, and that throw gets away on the pickoff, and the error is going to send Daniel Murphy into scoring position.
Well, does he throw it on the, oh wow, that's underneath, actually goes underneath Daniel Murphy as Will Myers tries to reach to his right.
It'll be an error on Edwin Jackson. We saw Tanner Roark do that in the 5th inning last night. Melvin Upton went from first to second. A couple batters later, Matt Kemp would homer. So a base hit likely gives Washington a 1-0 lead here in the first, with Murphy now at second base. Harper pops it up. Solarte and Bethencourt give it a look, and Jan Hervis with a basket catch in front of the Padre dugout. No score after an inning in D.C. Solarte going to lead it off.
of the second. Well, a few of the Padres players came to the ballpark today a little more reflective and that much more grateful for everything they have in life, including their families, their health, and their ability to play this amazing game every day. The Padres took a tour of the Walter Reed National Medical Army Center here in the nation's capital. They got a chance to meet veterans who were fighting cancer, and also amputees who were able to talk to them about their battle experience. And this is such an amazing time for guys to share their stories. Mud, Jesse, I know you guys both have had a chance to go and check out the Walter Reed Medical Center. I have as well. When I was with the Nationals in 2013, we took a tour of the place, and just an incredible, incredible moment to share those stories and to hear these guys' battle tales. Just absolutely puts everything in perspective.
Yeah, Julie, there's no question about it. I had the opportunity to go when we were here last August, and Mud, the hard work that these men and women put in there in terms of their rehabilitation, in terms of the way they help one another out, is, as Julie said, it's sobering, I think.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
I remember leaving there heartbroken. But you see the resolve of these people, men and women who have been through what they have been through and trying to fight on. And the other thing I left with is that, you know what, you feel good about going and visiting, and just imagine how they feel getting a visitor, somebody with an organization like the Padres to come and visit. I think it brightens their day as well.
No question about that. You know, seeing a John Jay or whoever walk in there and, you know, talk some baseball, it's pretty cool. Ball and 2 strikes to Solarte, leading off here in the top of the second inning against Max Scherzer. Padres facing Scherzer for the second time this season. Took a no decision last month at Petco. Went 6 innings, gave up just 1 run. As Solarte hits this one into right field, that's going to be a base hit for Jan Hermes. He will not challenge Bryce Harper's arm. Content with a single there. First hit for the Padres against Scherzer. And it's a leadoff base hit here in the second inning.
Jan Hermes, Solarte is saying to Max Scherzer, get out of my kitchen. This ball is up and in around the hands, and Jan Hermes pulls this baseball. Some great reaction from the Padre third baseman.
Yeah, he does that really well. Andy Green was talking about it the other day. Just the turning on the fastball. You know, he's not losing anything when you come in on him, and he's able to keep that ball fair, and it's exactly what happened there. Melvin Upton started in center field last night, here in left field this evening, and he takes outside from Scherzer. Back at his more customary 5 spot in the batting order. Andy Green has been shuffling things around, obviously with John Jay out. You've had Melvin in center, you've had Dickerson in left, you've had Jankowski getting more starts, and everybody seems to be contributing from that group.
And spreading the wealth a little bit as far as reps, at bats, innings played defensively. And with the condition, this road trip, the heat, I mean, let's face it, Andy Green also is going to spell some guys as John Jay in that itchy cast. Speaking of itching, he can't wait to get that thing sawed off.
You still use the pencil to get in there and scratch?
Coat hanger, yeah.
Sure, whatever you got. Don't lose it, though. Get stuck in there. Upton fouls that one back. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Melvin, who I think had maybe one of the key at-bats of the game last night. You know, you go back to that 5th inning, 2 outs, and he gets the RBI single to tie the game. Keeps the inning going. Schimpf walks, and then Matt Kemp hits the big home run.
Yeah, Matt Kemp hit the 2-out home run in the 1st, and it happened again in the 5th. So some clutch hitting, you bet. And Ryan Schimpf not getting too froggy, getting that walk, and then pass it along to Matt. That was a great inning.
Difference in the game. Strikes out here against Scherzer. That is 3 for the Nationals ace. And the first out here in the second. Take a look at the Washington defense in back of the 2013 American League Cy Young Award winner. That is Bryce Harper in right, Ben Revere in center, Jason Worth in left. On the left side of the infield, Rendon Espinosa, same as last night. Murphy back to second base. Clint Robinson getting the start at first with Wilson Ramos behind the plate.
Fewest errors in all of Major League Baseball with 37. These Washington Nationals.
Padres playing a stretch of games here against some really good National League teams. You go back to the Giants last weekend, St. Louis, now Washington. And when you talk about defense, I would have never, ever guessed going into the last week when I looked at it that the Cardinals had committed the most errors in the National League, and the Giants the second most errors in the National League. Not what you expect out of those 2 teams who have 2 records like that.
Particularly the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I remember going in to St. Louis, and they said it was just atrocious, the defense. And they made some pretty good plays.
Ryan Schimpf takes inside. Mentioned the walk last night prior to the Kemp home run. He's shown such a good eye at the plate. 0 for 2 in the game, but on base twice. Had that walk, was also hit by a pitch in the 7th inning yesterday. Hit by pitch became a talking point as the game went on. That one's hit well out to right field. Harper is going back. He is looking up, and Ryan Schimpf has done it again, and it's off the facing of the upper deck in right field. This guy has been unbelievable. 18 major league hits, 14 for extra bases, and his 8th big league home run.
What is going on with this guy? Oh, he knew it too. As soon as he hit it, the head is down, he's into his trot. Bryce Harper gave the courtesy turn. Wow, I guess the people on the upper deck or the second deck weren't expecting the baseball up there. But Ryan Schimpf, this kid is a spark plug.
Cheers, Bethancourt. And that's in the air to right field. Harper giving that one a look as the Padres extend the streak 21 consecutive games with a home run. One shy, the longest in all of baseball this year. The Red Sox hit in 22, and as you can see, nobody in the National League has come close to a stretch like this. Again to right, and Harper is not going to get there, but it drops in foul territory.
That's some jumbo Schimpf right there.
Yeah, it is. Bayou Schimpf.
Believe it.
LSU guy.
And you know what? When you look at Ryan, he reeks of confidence, doesn't he? The way he handles himself. This kid's 28 years old. He's a rookie. But when you look at the way he plays, the way he swings the bat, it's like he's been around forever.
7 years in the minor leagues with Toronto. Never got that opportunity, and taking advantage of the opportunity now, to say the least.
And the 22nd round tripper that Scherzer has surrendered this year.
That's right. That one is floated out to shallow left center field, and the shortstop Espinosa there. So Bethancourt pops out, 2 down, but a 2-0 Padre lead after Ryan Schimpf goes deep again. Let's check out your keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
As we take a look at the beautiful Capitol building, survive Scherzer, right? If you can get to him, get to him. And Jesse, you and I were talking about this today, and Reaction Jackson.
I see, because you want more of the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Clever, very clever. Alexei Ramirez, foul ball out of play. 0-1 to the Padres shortstop. Schimpf, by the way, I don't know that he would admit it. We'll ask him, but he's probably pretty excited to go to Toronto after this series.
Oh, you think?
7 years in the minors,
yep.
Not one call up. 0-2 to Ramirez.
I hope he hits another homer there.
21 consecutive games with a home run for the Padres. Last National League team with more than 20. The Braves in 2006. That's a decade ago. Ramirez pops this one up. Robinson, Harper, Robinson with a nice catch in fair territory. And that's all for the Padres here in inning number 2. But they take another lead, and they do it on another home run. Ryan Schimpf, his 8th of the year. 2-0 Padres after 1.5. Ryan Chimp's 2-run homer in the top of this second inning. Greater coverage of baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. Lots going on right now around the major leagues. Nelson Cruz continuing to put up massive numbers. The Giants and the Yankees in the 10th inning right now in the Bronx. But the guy in the middle, Chris Sale, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, in the middle of a lot right now. Obviously, his name is coming up in trade rumors with the White Sox, who's supposed to start tonight against the Tigers. And he was scratched by Chicago after a clubhouse altercation that the team says was non-physical. So you can read into that, I guess, in a number of different ways. But obviously, all is not well on the south side.
Sounds like, and I hate to speculate because it could be a pulled hamstring, but sounds like somebody got up into somebody's grill.
That is exactly what it sounds like. They say non-physical, so that leaves verbal, I guess.
Well, words hurt just as much as the fists.
Sticks and stones, as they say. Wilson Ramos grounding to Alexei Ramirez. Should be the first out of the second. It is. But, I mean, it's been an interesting year for Chris Sale. If you go all the way back to spring training, and remember the Adam LaRoche stuff with his son Drake, and Sale very outspoken, very critical of the White Sox general manager Kenny Williams. So this isn't coming out of total left field in terms of his dissatisfaction with something, but now with trade rumors, I mean, who knows what's going on? But this is, I mean, a starting pitcher the day he's going to start.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That's big time stuff.
Yeah, not exactly, you know, a long reliever either. Ace of the staff.
And I believe that the Nationals are looking for a starter possibly, huh?
They are. Absolutely. And his name has certainly been tossed around here in Washington, D.C. Clint Robinson not in the starting lineup last night for Dusty Baker. That's a stay tuned, huh? With the White Sox and with Sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
More to come.
Robinson did pinch hit in last night's game.
Isn't it amazing, like in the old days, you could say that he's scratched because he's got an upset stomach or the flu.
Yeah.
But nowadays, stuff is out there instantaneously.
You can't hide from anything.
You cannot hide.
And the same even goes with the trade talk. Andy Green has a couple of times said something I find really interesting, which is that with different guys' names coming up in trade rumors, he talks to them about it. He goes, you can't pretend it isn't going on. And they talk about it. But when you get to the ballpark, hey, look, you got to focus on Max Scherzer.
Sure.
If you're not focusing on Max Scherzer, you're not going to have a chance against Max Scherzer. That's a walk to Robinson with one out here in the second.
Hey, I remember back with the Padres, and Jack McKeon was our manager / general manager. And I remember one particular time there were names being thrown about the trade deadline coming up close. And Jack said, you know what? Tony Gwynn is put out on waivers. We pull him back, obviously. We're not going to, but we want to see just if there's interest as far as what type of players other teams would be. The point was everybody is called upon. Everybody.
So few guys are untouchable.
Right.
As it were. And I'm sure A.J. Preller, when his phone rings, he picks it up. And he listens to what somebody has to say. And you might think a guy is untouchable or, oh, they'd never trade him. But everybody's got a price.
You know when that came to a halt for me?
As a player?
No, in the sports world, is when Wayne Gretzky was traded.
Sure.
I thought he was always going to be an Oiler. But when that happened, I said, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're king of the castle, anything. You're the guy of the organization. Guess what? All bets are off.
Hockey reference.
Yeah.
Look at you. Very well rounded.
Well.
Must be all the ice cream. 0-1 is in the air. And right center field, Jankowski. Waiting, and eventually makes the catch. Rendon flies out. Back to first base. Robinson and the number 8 hitter, Danny Espinosa, coming up.
Not to put you on the spot, was there ever a trade that kind of floored you saying, no way, that can't happen? I mean, any sport. I mean, I know you're a huge sports fan, but any time like you picked up, you know, back in the day, the newspaper, you looked online, you said, oh my gosh, I can't believe he was traded.
Yeah. I'll think of one that my dad always talks about from his generation was he grew up as a Met fan, Tom Seaver, getting traded to the Reds.
Great analogy. Great situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If the Mets can trade Tom Seaver, then you're right. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Switch hitting shortstop. Should end the inning. Schimpf, whoa, that's tricky. Nicely done. A close play at second base, but the Padres get the fielder's choice, and we'll go to the third. On this date, 1962, Jackie Robinson becomes the first black player to be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. He joined the Dodger infielder in the Cooperstown ceremony. Fireballer Bob Feller, veteran manager Bill McKechnie, and outfielder Ed Rouse. July 23rd, 1962. That's one of my favorite highlights of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yogi not happy with the call. Back in Washington, the Padres a 2-0 lead on the Nationals. A beautiful summer's night. This is your typical East Coast summer evening, isn't it?
It most certainly is.
Just sweating through your shirt.
But enjoying a big league ball game.
Absolutely. It feels like baseball. Edwin Jackson, couple of hits in his first 2 at-bats of 2016 last Sunday at Petco against the Giants.
I'll be honest with you. Growing up as a kid playing Little League, you know, and back then we didn't have the dry fit stuff. We had the
wool uniforms, yeah. Bad News Bears.
I didn't care that it was hot.
No, of course
not. I just wanted to play.
You didn't know any better.
Right.
That's it. It is what it is. Summer, no school. What could be bad? Ball and 2 strikes from Scherzer to Jackson.
You know, you and I were talking in between innings about trades that were shockers. You came up with a good one.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Hall of Fame and Jackie Robinson. And tomorrow, of course, Mike Piazza will go in. Mike Piazza being traded from the Dodgers to the Marlins, and don't forget, it was the Marlins before it was the Mets. And Edwin Jackson with his 3rd hit in 2 starts this season. Boy, we've seen some really good hitting, or at least really good results from pitchers hitting in the last week.
They know what they're doing.
No DH, man, no DH. Love that.
Well, we knew that Edwin Jackson, even before he was a Padre, that he could swing the bat, make contact. He will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh for a base knock up the middle. Now the key here is to get him around to score early. Maybe send 6 or 7 players up to the plate so he can get a nice rest on that bench.
Hang out in the dugout a little bit. Replenish his electrolytes. Jankowski struck out to open the game against Scherzer, so he's 0 for 1. Nationals certainly thinking a bunt could be a possibility, not there. But yeah, Mike Piazza could be traded by the Dodgers.
That was a shocker.
Yeah. I read a really good thing about it this week. Grant Brisbee, who normally writes about the Giants, I really enjoyed his stuff, SB Nation. He wrote about sort of, as a Giant fan, how excited he was when the Dodgers traded Mike Piazza. You know, he's that feared of a hitter, and I'm sure Padre fans felt the same way. There's the bunt attempt, but takes the ball outside.
5 games as a Marlin, right? Before he was dealt to the Mets?
Something like that, yeah. 1998. Gary Sheffield went from the Marlins to the Dodgers. He was the principal going back the other way. Ian Piazza, the same age at the time. But Piazza was heading into free agency. Sheffield was not. That's basically why the Dodgers made the trade. 2 balls and a strike to Jankowski. I know the professor, Dick Enberg, he's in Cooperstown for everything this weekend. He said he was very much looking forward to it this year because he can just kind of enjoy it, as opposed to, last year he had to do a lot of stuff while receiving the Ford Frick Award.
A lot of pressure when you're up there at that podium giving a speech.
I'll say.
Now he can just sit back and soak it all in.
That's a called strike. It's now the bunt probably out of order. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Padre leadoff man. Dick enjoys his weekend in Cooperstown. He'll be back when the Padres return home after this trip. Don will be back Monday in Toronto. Padres trying to add to their lead here against Max Scherzer in the 3rd. Leadoff single by Edwin Jackson.
Here comes a changeup.
Just foul.
Out in front of it just a little bit too much. We have the luxury with the center field camera. Obviously hitters can't see it, but you can see Scherzer adjusting the baseball in his glove to that changeup grip. He kind of not really opens his glove big time, but kind of fans it a little bit to where you can see him change his grip accordingly. Fastball or a break. Maybe it's got 2 seams. Fastball.
Got him at 95 miles per hour. So Jankowski is now struck out twice. Mentioned the former Padre going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Mike Piazza, that opposite field right center home run. To me, that's what I think of when I think about Mike Piazza.
Absolutely. How about the follow through too? I think of the Mike Piazza follow through. Both hands on the bat. All the way through.
World Series home run at Yankee Stadium. Subway Series 2000. Myers struck out his first time against Scherzer. Pitch count not an issue at all right now for Scherzer, and you talked earlier about how he could throw 150 pitches every start, and he's gone over 100 in each of his last 6 starts. You don't say that about a lot of guys these days.
No, but he's a horse, and that he's got that competitive edge. He's got the body build for a guy to go over 100 pitches each and every time.
You saw that Myers, one of the few guys that handles him well, and a tough take there, but the call goes Will's way. That day off yesterday for Myers, that's a mental thing as well as a physical thing, I imagine.
No question. The guys really look forward to that. Hey, they want to play, but still, the mind and the body, that's a big issue as well.
Andy Green's so aware of all of that stuff. And for Myers, with all the all-star stuff going on, really no break at all for him last week, and that went a little bit inside. Not only was Myers in the home run derby and playing in the all-star game, starting in the all-star game, but obviously as his role as all-star ambassador, he was kept extra busy. All really cool. I know he wouldn't trade it for anything, but a day off necessary, I think, every once in a while, and he got it yesterday.
We signed autographs, right, at the convention center. I got a little nugget about Wil Myers.
Okay, first though, our Ram Trucks Tools of the Trade focuses on Wil Myers' numbers against these Washington Nationals.
Well, hitting mistakes, and when Wil Myers is swinging the bat extremely well, look at those numbers, and using the whole field off of Max Scherzer. If he throws your fastball away, you can't try to pull that ball. You just drop the head. He drives it that way with the intent. You can see his body language going to the porch for the home run.
Piazza-like.
Yes, yes.
All ties together. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. So you were signing autographs. That's a good humble brag, by the way. I was at the All-Star game signing autographs with Wil Myers.
It was at the convention center.
Yeah. How long was the line for you guys?
Maybe 3 deep. But anyway, there was a clinic going on across the way with these kids. And guess who was helping the kids out? It was Wil Myers. So, not only the game and all the interviews and stuff, but, Wil Myers is out there teaching kids how to field the grounder, which takes up a lot of time and just shows you what kind of great kid Wil Myers is.
He loves stuff like that. He said
Yeah.
that's his favorite part. I think at one point, by the way, he was doing, you know, something like that, kind of a formal baseball drill, and it turned into an impromptu dodgeball match.
It doesn't surprise me.
And that's exactly right if you know Will Myers. Like, we're supposed to be working on ground balls, and the next thing you know, they've taken sides for dodgeball. Staying alive here against Scherzer.
Oh, that's so funny.
Totally consistent, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good ball player, too. Only Chris Bryant has scored more runs in the National League this year than Will Myers. Finally healthy for the first time, and you're seeing him do everything at the plate. Edwin Jackson still hanging out at first base. He had the leadoff base hit against Scherzer. And now Washington pitcher steps off, wants to go through things again with Ramos. Really slowing it down with the man on base here.
The four-corner stall.
No shot clock.
Boy, he really holds a long time, huh? You know what you're always taught as a kid is to follow through with your delivery and launch the ball back to the backstop.
It's dangerous right there.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. You start, he stops, and then all of a sudden, you know, you can tweak something. You can roll an ankle possibly, but that's what I was always taught. In that event,
Jackson leads off first, the Bird off of second. And the 3-2 to Myers.
He's getting a pretty good lead out there at second.
5 strikeouts for Max Scherzer. Second time he's gotten Myers. Mike Piazza going into the Hall of Fame as a Met. 1,900 games, 2,100 hits, 427 home runs, most of which came as a catcher. Oh, he's going.
Yeah, he's had enough. I don't think he knows where to go. He's confused. He's got to pick up the coach. Come on. Wrong way there, dude.
Two outs. Jackson still at first. And Matt Kemp lifting the first one high, deep, and foul down the left field line. This home run thing really has been incredible for the Padres.
Yes.
And he's been a huge part of it. 9th career multi-home run game last night for Kemp, his second of the year.
I don't mean to put you on the spot because this is something we could find, and you and I talked about this over coffee this morning. How many different guys have extended the streak?
Yeah, I meant to look that up when we got back to the hotel. I didn't. He's done it a bunch. Solarte has done it a bunch. We'll dig into that for you.
Schimpf did it tonight.
Quickly, 0-2. Obviously, the Padres have homered multiple times in a bunch of the games during this streak. More than half of the home runs they've hit as a team this year have come since June 1st. Kemp flew out to right field his first time up. Edwin Jackson led the inning off with a single against Scherzer. He has since struck out Jankowski and Myers. He's ahead of Kemp. Do you worry on a hot night like this about your pitcher standing out there for as long as he has?
Not a guy like Max Scherzer. Oh, as far as Edwin Jackson? Nah, not really. He's a pro. He's been around the block. Hasn't really done anything to.
Yeah.
You know?
Just a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
That Bird, by the way, is behind him now.
Yeah.
He's made it all the way from second to first.
And we all know that the waiting is the hardest part. Tom Petty 1-0.
There you go.
Boy, he sets a long time, doesn't he?
And it's not like you're trying to control the running game, and another late time.
Yeah, and you know what? He shouldn't gripe about that. He's taken forever to set, and it's the umpire's judgment. It's his protocol. It's his prerogative, Bobby Brown, to call time.
You know, it's odd because I feel like you normally see this with a stolen base threat at first. That's very late, though. That said, he's taking a long time out there, and you got to know what's coming at some point. But the hitter's going to run out of patience, particularly a veteran guy like this. And now the 1-2. Harper coming over towards the line to give that one a look, but it's a foul ball. Last night for Matt Kemp, solo shot in the first.
Roark wants to go down and away. That one leaks the contact right at the belt buckle, outer third.
3-run shot in the 5th.
He wants another low one, and Tanner Roark, who does not give up a lot of home runs, fewer than a home run in 9 innings, head right on the barrel of that baseball. Pitch number 4, outer third, up even a little bit more, and Matt Kemp makes it look so easy.
Roark does not allow home runs. Padres got him last night. Scherzer does. Padres got him tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about Scherzer, all the great numbers, the strikeouts and the ERA, but coming into tonight, tied with John Neese of the Pirates for the most homers allowed in the National League, and now he's given up another.
There's been a lot of power pitchers over the course of history of the game that are notorious for giving up home runs.
Comes with the territory, not ground ball guys. Saw it a little bit last year, of course, with James Shields. That's up the middle past Scherzer, but they had him played really well. Murphy easily at second base, and that's the 3rd out here in the 3rd. Padres strand Jackson. Scherzer the lead off in the bottom half. So we talked about him earlier. He's going into the Hall of Fame officially tomorrow. So is Ken Griffey Jr. I feel like I have to say something about his swing here because that's what we all say. But just one of the absolute coolest guys of all time in this game.
That's why I just let the picture tell the story, and take a look at the great numbers. Ken Griffey Jr., I mean, he was destined to be a big leaguer. And when we saw him play the first couple of years, destined for the Hall of Fame, boy, he was fun to watch.
It doesn't matter if you're a Padre fan, a Mariner fan, a Tampa Bay Ray fan, a Washington National fan. You loved watching this guy hit. It was just one of those dudes.
Both ends, right?
Absolutely.
Leather and wood.
Spectacular in the field. And one of the sweetest swings of all time. And a great personality as well. I would love Laz Diaz trying to confront the Bird over at first base. The Bird is not afraid. This is Scherzer leading off, and he takes the ball from Edwin Jackson. Padres with a 2-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. A 2-run homer for Ryan Schimpf in the 2nd inning.
He's going to lead off first.
I would love to see, by the way, Ken Griffey Jr.'s plaque tomorrow with the backwards hat. I think that would be so cool.
Really?
I would love that. I think it just encapsulates his personality. Like Piazza's probably going to have like a Fu Manchu or something, right? Scherzer in the air, right center field. Kemp coming over, and a nice job by Matt tracking that one down. He had a long way to go. And Scherzer retired for the 1st out. I just think that would be cool. Unique, different, obviously. I would love it. You're a traditionalist in that way?
Well, the only reason why, and don't get me wrong, that was his trademark, right?
Absolutely.
But the reason, he put up those numbers while he was wearing his cap the other way. He put up all those numbers that we were talking about on that graphic while he was on the field and wore his hat the right way. That's the way I look at it.
The right way.
Yeah, with the bill facing forward.
Okay. So you think it's not representative enough?
Yeah, because I think they want to see the logo too
on the baseball,
on who he's going in as.
Right. I'd like to go backwards. It does differentiate him, and it's a team game, and I hate individualism and all that. I get that. A lot of old school baseball people, but I think it would be really cool.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Batting practice before the game in the dugout, you saw him. The hat was backwards. Yeah.
You knew it was him.
Yep.
The kid. Revere line to center. And he takes outside. You got Solarte in on the grass at third base in case Revere tries to put one down. He suffered an injury at the beginning of the season, Ben Revere, an oblique strain. He missed some time, and since he's come back, it's just not been good. Batting average now at .213. This is a guy who's a career .290 hitter. They wanted to plug him in as the leadoff guy with Denard Span out, and it's been a struggle, and it's been a spot for them. It's been a little bit of a black hole. And look, they've got one of the best records in the National League. They're first place in their division, but that would be a place I think the Nats would love to be able to upgrade.
Absolutely. Leadoff center field. Dusty Baker always likes having a good guy on base percentage leading off, because Ben Revere not having a good year as far as on base percentage. Only .259 for the leadoff hitter.
He's a guy who led the National League in hits 2 years ago with the Philadelphia Phillies. Dusty has said basically, we'd love to see him hit it on the ground a little bit more, not so much in the air. Last night, Revere 0 for 5, 3 groundouts, 2 flyouts, but a walk here to set the table for Jason Worth with 1 out. And in the first inning yesterday, this would be number 12 for Jason Worth. He went down and got it. Didn't look like that bad of a pitch from Perdomo.
No, when you're out there on the hill, you want to throw down in the zone, and sometimes guys will go down and get it, and you have to tip your cap. That was one of those situations.
Tied the game at 1 after Kemp's homer had put the Padres on top in the top of that inning. And as you see, 26 consecutive games he has reached base. But we just saw Diaz. We're about to see Donaldson. Not kidding when we say this is a difficult road trip for the Padres.
All the way around. Anytime you travel east, even the good teams. That's tough.
Close. More aggressive lead than the Bird was taking, so Jackson checks on him. Revere has 10 stolen bases this year, been caught 4 times. We got a veteran pitcher on the mound. A former National, in fact. Jackson played 1 year here, 2012, as a free agent, left the next season. And still looking for the strike zone here in the third. Most managers will tell you they want that percentage around 75 or 80. So Revere with some work to do there. Again, Jackson was standing over at first base for a good amount of time in the top of this inning after his leadoff single. Nothing happened after he got there, but Scherzer worked very slowly to Jankowski, to Myers, to Kemp. Well, and it is very hot and very humid.
Yeah, just don't groove one here.
Gets the inside corner. That is the first strike this inning thrown by Edwin Jackson.
And it just takes one good pitch on the ground. You turn 2, you get out of this little mini jam. Worth has grounded into 9 double plays this year. Hey, that was close.
We're not playing horseshoes, man.
That's true.
Leaning a little.
Yeah, he got it.
Paying good attention to Revere, and understandably. How about Myers with the pocket out? Just hanging.
Hey, I say throw over there 3 or 4 more times. Wear him out a little bit. If he's going to dive back, wear him out a little bit.
Jackson, a veteran pitcher, certainly understands how to control the running game. That one is lined through for a base hit. Upton trying to cut it off. He will, and Revere will go first to third. Big turn around first base, but a single for Jason Worth. He extends his streak, and the Nationals with a 1-out rally here against Edwin Jackson in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Just wondering why Alexei didn't like maybe dive for that one or try to get a glove on it. Anyway, single to left center.
Darren Balsley out to chat, quick as always. Not an easy guy to deal with for Edwin Jackson. You see that ball strike ratio way out of whack. Here comes Murphy. That's good. Most number of hits, best batting average, 2nd best slugging percentage. Top with OPS and multi-hit games in the National League this year.
Hey, Daniel Murphy, yeah, sure. With the numbers he's put up, he thrives in situations like this. Edwin Jackson has got to be really spot on, make a good quality pitch, trying to work down to the zone. Darren Balsley out to give him a little bit of a blow and maybe a little scouting report.
Looking for the ground ball here.
Oh, thank you very much, Tom Hallion.
A little bit of a subdued reaction by Daniel Murphy, because you're absolutely right. That pitch was off the plate. Great numbers with runners in scoring position, but of course, you know, when you're hitting 350 overall, they're going to be good no matter what.
I'm going right back out there.
Line drive to right, kept going back. He will reach up, and that'll get a run home for the Nationals. Revere tags, he scores easily. 2-1 game as Worth retreats to first base. Daniel Murphy with his 71st RBI of the season.
Follow Padres Baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up for the moment, any moment, with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
So Jackson trades a run for an out, and now Bryce Harper. Harper fouled out to Solarte in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. And Jackson missing a little bit, I guess, inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Harper, of course, struggling this month. Really struggling since that series in Chicago when Joe Maddon walked him 13 times. Just hasn't been the same guy since. Still takes his walks, though. Leads all of baseball with 75. Had one last night. An amazing thing about the number of walks he's already had in his career. Fouls that one back. He tied Andre Dawson last night for the 10th most walks in franchise history. Obviously include Montreal. Dawson did it in like 1,400 games. He's played in about 600 games.
Wow.
Same number of walks. That's a Hall of Famer, Andre Dawson.
Yeah. The Hawk.
That was his nickname, yes.
Loved watching him play.
Very fun.
Oh.
Both ways also, like Griffey.
Not fun on the mound, though. Gave up 2 home runs to him in 1 game.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
He's talked a lot in recent years about the toll the artificial turf took on him in Montreal before he got to the Cubs. No longer a problem around baseball the way it was.
Ooh, breaking ball almost gets away right there.
Again, you look up at the balls and the strikes for Jackson here. 43 pitches, only 22 strikes.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
He's effectively wild. And that's why I think ratio, balls and strikes, is highly overrated.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Do you dispute that?
I don't know that I'd call it overrated. I don't think it necessarily matters every game. You're right, a guy can be effectively wild. We saw that with Jackson last time when he walked 5 guys and took the no-hitter into the 7th. Harper the other way, and that'll find foul ground harmlessly.
Here's my argument.
Okay.
Say a guy throws 60 pitches, 60 strikes, and all those strikes are right down the middle of the plate, and he's given up 13 runs. Is that good that he's not throwing a ball, but yet he's still throwing 60 strikks?
Well, of course not in
well,
that
that's
situation.
that's my point.
Okay.
You can throw.
I think there
out
are
of
times
every at bat, you can throw 4. You can throw 4 pitches, 3 of them being balls.
Right.
But on that 4th one, if you threw a quality pitch and he grounds in, right? That's my point.
It's not a very efficient outing.
So are you looking for efficiency or?
Well, efficiency is part of pitching well. Jackson trying to finish off Harper and the Nationals here in the 3rd.
A lot of pitches are up this at bat. Got to be careful.
So last time out for Edwin Jackson against the San Francisco Giants on Sunday. Quite a day. Got a hit tonight. Blooped that one in. Had another hit. That was called an error. This is the 2nd hit. On base 3 times, knocked in a run.
Yep.
Gotta love helping yourself.
Just making contact, right?
Still working on Harper here. And that should get it in the shift. Yangervis Solarte. And the 3rd inning has come to a close. Nats get 1 back with the Padres lead. Solarte leading off the 4th.
Sunsets on the Lincoln Memorial here in the nation's capital. Well, National starter Joe Ross and his brother, Padres starter Tyson Ross, are both currently on the disabled list for the same ailment, and that's right shoulder inflammation. Joe Ross went on the disabled list back on July 3rd and is set to make a rehab start at Single-A Hagerstown for the Nationals tomorrow. And if all goes well, he's set to throw about 3 innings. If all goes well, he could be back in their rotation as soon as next week. And I asked him what kind of sort of correspondence he's had with Tyson since they've both been on the DL, and he said they pretty much talk every day. Of course, they're very close. But leading up to this series, he wasn't sure if Tyson was on the road trip, so there was a moment in last night's game he ran to the edge of the dugout to peer over to see if Tyson was here. And of course, Tyson did not make the trip. He is back in San Diego. He threw out to about 250 feet, said the arm feels good, but now it's just about getting that ankle stable, and it's still taking time. So hopefully we will see him get a rehab start at some point this season. Joe Ross says it would make his day if he could see Tyson get one more start before the season's end.
Julie, thanks a lot. Such a cool thing. Joe Ross, Tyson Ross. Remember last year, Tyson left the Padres for a day to go watch Joe make his big league debut. Solarte leading off here in the 4th inning. And what Julie was just talking about with, Joe saying he really wants to see Tyson get back out there. How much for a player who's been injured and missed most of the season can it help getting some time at the end of the year, just so that when you go into the next season, you kind of you can do it physically, right? You're not worried about anything.
I think that's the main objective. No question about it. You want to get out there, at least get an inning or maybe an outing or two underneath your belt before you go in the offseason, because in your mind, okay, I'm back to square one. I'm healthy. I'm going to rehab again this offseason, get into shape, and then look forward to 2017. No question about it.
You just get to start the next year like normal, basically.
Right, correct.
So hopefully that is the case for Tyson Ross. Here's Melvin Upton Jr. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Nice numbers against Washington. Padres have won 3 of the 5 games between these two teams so far this year. Talking about the Nats having some injuries in their rotation. Lucas Giolito is going to get the call up from AAA Syracuse to start the game tomorrow afternoon. Melvin back behind first base. You hear Daniel Murphy calling for it. He makes the catch. 2 down for Scherzer here in the 4th. We got an update on the Chris Sale situation. Now, we'll give this the Twitter caveat. Something we saw on Twitter, as you see Ryan Schimpf in his first AB.
Yeah, he's not going to miss many mistakes. That was a fastball right down the middle. Making it look easy.
Singles are boring.
Yeah.
So there's a report out there. It says Chris Sale was unhappy that the White Sox were going to wear throwback jerseys tonight. And he cut the jerseys up so that no one could wear them.
Making a fashion statement.
That's one way to look at that. Schimpf extending the Padre home run streak for the 6th time, according to our friend Ben Higgins back in San Diego. More than any other Padre. 21 consecutive games now. Kemp's done it 4 times. Solarte 4 times. Upton 4 times. Wallace, Rosales, and Norris have each done it once. Thank you, Ben Higgins. Chip's shown a good eye, too. And that one is hit high to right and out of play. Interesting year, certainly, for Chris Sale, even before all of this. And you see the numbers. He was one of the most fun guys to watch pitch.
Oh, yeah, from the left side, funky delivery.
And Schimpf goes down swinging. Scherzer, a 1-2-3 fourth. He has struck out 6, but the Padres lead 2-1. Mike Mark, thanks a lot very much. That guy shaved most of his beard during the game. It was just so hot. Smothering his face. That's one way to stay cool. Very smart.
And the wet towel around the neck?
Yeah, it's a good move.
Always a go-to. You bet.
Veteran move. Edwin Jackson with Ramos. Robinson, Rendon. And that's in the air to left. Melvin Upton had him played perfectly. And Wilson Ramos now 0 for 2. Yeah, Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports adding to the Chris Sale story. Apparently he said, look, I don't like wearing the throwbacks. They're not comfortable. I'm pitching. I should be able to have something to say about this. And things escalated after that. What a bizarre year in the White Sox clubhouse. Going back to spring training now.
Very bizarre. And I just want to touch upon the uniforms. You know, you wear your uniforms, and, you know, it's like breaking in a pair of jeans, right? I mean, you get comfortable with your uniform.
Okay.
When you throw the throwbacks into the equation, they fit differently. And I'm not saying Chris Sale is right. I'm just saying from a standpoint as a starting pitcher, want to feel comfortable. Don't you want your starting pitcher to feel comfortable?
Yes. He's one of the best pitchers on the planet.
Yeah.
It's really going to impact him that much, you think?
Absolutely.
I guess if he thinks it does, then it is.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I can't go through a game with having the right chair. I mean, this one is ticking me off like it did last night. I'm not ready to scream at somebody if they don't get me a new chair pretty soon.
So all pitchers are high maintenance. Is that what you're saying?
I'm kidding.
You broke the chair last night. It's not that you wanted a new one.
My point is,
this is a new chair, though, right?
This is a new chair.
Yeah. So you broke the one last night. Is that what took place?
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah. And how exactly did it break?
I think it was the
you
second.
You just sat in it, right? You sat down and then it just sort of broke.
No, it was the arm holder on the left.
This one's great.
Well, there's no weight in
over here and all in fine. Orsillo yesterday.
I think it was maybe the second ice cream that did it in.
You really fill the thing to the top too. You know, I'm impressed with the way you put together your ice cream sundae.
It's an art.
I can see that. I mean, watching you do it, it was really, you don't take it lightly. That one hit lightly into right field. Madcamp waiting. Robinson retired. 2 away. A couple of fly balls for Edwin Jackson here in the 4th inning. But I mean, you've got a system, I can tell, with the ice cream. I mean, you got the sprinkles, you got the hot fudge, you've got the ice cream itself, obviously. You got like a whole checklist you're going through there.
Well, what a lot of people do is they'll go to the shops wherever they go and they just take their cup and they start filling it up and they put stuff on top.
No strategy to that.
You start at the bottom. You put your sprinkles, you put your peanuts, and then you put some ice cream in. And then in the middle, you put more peanuts, sprinkles, more ice cream, so that it's like layered.
And that's why you broke your chair. We answer the question. 2 outs, base is empty for Anthony Rendon. I mean, I just think 2 in one night is.
We're going to send that chair to the Smithsonian, which isn't too far from here.
Kind of see it. We're up high enough. Rendon flew to center field his first time. Jackson gets that call from Tom Hallion. 1 ball and 1 strike. You go to the Smithsonian this morning? Is that how you spend
No,
your
I
day?
haven't, but I've been there before, and it is great. What a great experience.
Big museum guy?
I like museums.
Air and space, natural history. What are we talking about here?
Been to both.
Okay.
Saw the plane that the Wright brothers first flew.
The Wright Flyer, yeah.
Saw the capsule that John Glenn orbited the Earth.
First man to do that.
I saw the hat, the cufflinks.
That's going to be a 2-out base hit for Anthony Rendon.
And I believe it was the suit that was on display the night that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
Not at the Air and Space Museum.
No, obviously,
okay.
no.
We moved on to something else.
Right.
That's cool, though. His personal effects.
Too much of the plate there. And as everybody can see, it's a hanging pitch right there. It just spanked to left field. Anytime you make a mistake. The good thing there, luckily he didn't get underneath that one. That would have been a different story.
Just 3 hits for the Nationals. All singles. Daniel Murphy's sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 3rd inning is how they got their 1 run. Padres got 2 from a Ryan Schimpf homer in the 2nd. Espinosa grounded into an inning-ending fielder's choice in his first at bat, and a nice job by Bethancourt there. Christian Bethancourt catching Edwin Jackson for for the second time in as many starts. Jackson made his debut Sunday, of course, against the Giants with Bethancourt behind the plate. Probably not a complete accident that he's back there again after the way they worked with one another the other day against San Francisco.
I think that's good for a catcher to know that possibly when a guy is going to start, he's going to get the nod. Hopefully get 4 to 5 at-bats.
Gets that one past Espinosa. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And even though he missed a location there, he wanted to bury that one in. That one leaks up and away a little bit. Espinosa still can't catch up to it.
Padres count shifting here as you see Solarte move over to the right side of the infield. Schimpf backing up on the grass. We did not see the Padres do that a year ago. Shifting within an at-bat, but doing a lot of it here in 2016.
Fastball in. Let's see if he buries it inside.
That's what Bethancourt wants. Runner goes, and a strike. Throw to second. Got it. Christian Bethancourt. Great throw. And Rendon caught stealing. He's now 9 for 15 this year. And Bethancourt with a strike down to second base. We'll go to the 5th inning here in Washington. Padres on top, 2-1. Max Scherzer's been very good here in Washington tonight, but Ryan Schimpf got him in the second inning, a 2-run home run. That put the Padres on top, 2-0, and they still lead 2-1 as we open up the 5th inning at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Christian Bethancourt leading off against Scherzer. He popped to short his first time up. And the bottom of the last inning ended on this caught stealing. What do you think?
Tough to tell. I mean, maybe he got him on the pant there. That gave us a good angle. You saw some movement of the pants.
Dusty Baker did not even hold things up to potentially challenge it. You know, you often see the manager kind of come to the top of the dugout and hold his hand up while his guys in the clubhouse take a look at it. But the Nationals just all went back in the dugout and got ready to come out for defense here.
And it seemed like Rendon didn't even try to sell it as if, hey, Dusty, you might want to challenge that, right?
Not at all. 0-2 to Bethancourt. And he chases there. Strikeout number 7 for Max Scherzer. Our Arco top-tier player profile focuses on the 31-year-old Max Scherzer in the National League this year, coming into the game. Most strikeouts, most home runs, second most innings pitched, and opponents batting just 194 against him. Right-handers coming in, hitting just 161.
Give me a guy like that. I don't care if he gives up 50 home runs in half a season. If he's got that type of resume and that type of stuff, I'll take that guy once every 5th day.
At least 30 starts in each of his 7 full big league seasons. Talk about just taking the ball every time out. And like we said earlier, he stays in games too. At least 100 pitches thrown in 6 consecutive starts now.
Have you seen that documentary, Fastball?
I have seen it on the thing, but I haven't actually watched it yet.
Just one little nugget.
Sure.
I was watching a little bit of it today. Nolan Ryan himself was being interviewed. He said he threw 253 pitches in a game.
Murphy has that one come up on him, but he recovers and throws Alexei Ramirez out. Come back to that in a second. Our Fan Diego fans of the game here in Washington. There you go. Matt Kemp, beast mode.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Padre fans in the building. Last couple of nights, we have heard them when the Padres have made their home runs. And you, sir, are our Fan Diego fan of the game. Beast mode last night for Kemp.
That's a homemade sign, and I love it.
Best kind of sign. Here's Edwin Jackson. Singled again. His last time up. 200 and what for Nolan Ryan in a game?
He said he threw
a major league game.
235 pitches. I transposed the two numbers. 235 pitches in a game.
On 2-0, Edwin Jackson fouls that one out of play.
June 14th, 1974. 13-inning effort against the Red Sox. Are you kidding me?
You know, we often say it's a different era, but that's just a different guy.
He struck out 19 that inning, that game.
Only 19?
Only 19 in 13 frames.
Innings, yeah.
Can you believe that?
I cannot. But I guess I can because it's Nolan Ryan, and that's what he's known for, strikeouts.
And so now it's like, oh, 100 pitches, woohoo. Guy's a stud.
Breaking ball there, a little bit inside.
And of course, times have changed.
A lot.
Investing a lot of money in the pitchers, players. Longevity is a big key, obviously.
Scherzer has not walked anybody tonight. And Edwin Jackson battling him here on 3-2. That's unbelievable.
It really is.
Well, Jackson was up around 150 when he threw his no-hitter back in 2010. Scherzer had the 20 strikeout game back in May against the Tigers. Threw a ton of pitches, obviously, that day. That's a ground ball over to third base. Rendon. Oh, a little bit wide, but nice job by Robinson applying the tag on Edwin Jackson. Not a great throw from the third baseman, but he's picked up by his teammate. And the Padres go down 1-2-3 here in the 5th against Max Scherzer. Sidearmed it, but they made the play. 2-1 Padres halfway in D.C. Padres baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sign up for the new Padres Club Card today. By Sony High-Res Audio. Finally, hear everything. And by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. Nationals Park, Washington, D.C. Sun setting on a summer's night. Padres a 2-1 lead on the Washington Nationals. Edwin Jackson and Max Scherzer dueling here tonight.
I love a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, don't get me wrong. What a gem this kid's been, huh? Edwin Jackson.
Great to be around.
Wow, great interview. We got a game break coming up from the Bronx. Giants, Yankees.
Extra innings. What was that great note going into this series? The Giants hadn't won a game at the Yankees since 1912.
That's like funny. That. Yeah.
Espinosa was at the plate when Rendon was caught stealing to end the fourth, so he'll lead off the fifth. And the switch hitter checks his swing there. No, he did not. Tom Hallion took care of it. The plate umpire did not appeal. Called a strike. 0-1. Nationals have had an interesting few days at the start of this homestand, and it's been a long one. They welcomed the Pirates, and they had an 18-inning game. Kemp's got to go back on that one. I don't think he's going to get there. And off the base of the wall, Rendon motoring into second base, so leadoff double for the Nationals. Down a run here in the bottom of the fifth. That was a well-struck ball.
It was. And you know, one thing that sticks out, that pitch, because remember last inning when Edwin Jackson was out there, he was trying to bury fastballs in. You know, he got some swings and misses up and away, but look at, as you look at this pitch, it's up and away. But Christian Bethancourt, he wanted to have that pitch in. So Edwin Jackson missing glove side in to the lefties. That one leaked out over the plate, not burying it inside, and that's an extra base hit for Espinosa.
Pitcher spot here, so Max Scherzer in what certainly feels like a sacrifice situation. Runner on second, nobody out. Scherzer with 5 sacrifice hits this year. And the Padre catcher Christian Bethancourt going to call the infield together here as they go over how they want to handle this thing defensively.
You know, in this situation, I've always liked the third baseman kind of playing in, not all the way in, but kind of hovering over the bag a little bit, because I've always felt as a pitcher, it's my responsibility to cover that third base line. I want to get that lead runner, even though it's not a force play, it's a tag play. But if you can scamper to that third base line and cover your ground so your third baseman can stay back, I want to get that lead runner.
You see both Myers and Solarte in on the grass.
See, I think that's what Jan Hervis is doing, depending on the type of bunt.
To Myers, they got a shot at third if they want it, and he'll go to first. Will Myers listening to you. 3-4 sacrifice.
Well, you know, from our vantage point, you can see, and once again, Jess, remember I mentioned it's not a force play. So it's got to be on that fair side of the bag at third. It's got to be the perfect throw, because watch the runner. As soon as that ball's down, he's off and running. Will Myers, okay, there. He starts his dive. It would have been maybe a perfect throw to get the diving Espinosa. And, you know, in my philosophy, I learned, you know what I learned in high school a long time ago? My coach said, when in doubt, get the out. Don't try to make the perfect play. We need outs. And he was in doubt at third, so he got the out for sure at first.
Got a struggling hitter here, Ben Revere. 1 out, runner on third, and the Padres with a 1-run lead here in the fifth bring the infield in. Lifting up the hands, and
it's a good pitch.
Takes a ball. Seems like the strike zone has been a little bit wider on the outer part of the plate tonight than it has on the inner part.
Absolutely.
Espinosa 90 feet away. He's the potential tying run. There's the outside corner. Hey, it's going to be a little bit different every night.
Absolutely.
And you got to sort of figure it out as the game goes on. Call the game accordingly. Managers have been encouraged by Joe Torre to lay off plate umpires on balls and strikes. There was a memo that went out a couple of Fridays ago that leaked to the press. 2 guys got ejected that night for arguing balls and strikes. Bruce Bochy, one of them. It was that Friday game at Petco Park a week ago.
Up to 2 strikes, work for a weak grounder or a 1-hopper when you're infielders. Up when you get to 2 strikes, yeah, then try to go for the strikeout.
Revere, of course, with good speed, but he has not indicated at all an interest in trying to squeeze bunt here. And now 3 balls and a strike. Jason Worth waits on deck. And the 3-1 is hammered to right field. That's going to get the run home and then some. Revere has tremendous speed. He is at second base, and a good job by Matt Kemp getting that ball back to the infield. But it's an RBI double for Ben Revere. Second 2-bagger of the inning for the Nats, and they tie the game 2-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Couple of hard hit balls this inning.
Yeah, just catching too much on the plate. And, credit Revere. He wants to hit the ball on the ground, not in the air. But when you square it up like that, hitting a line drive, that's extra bases. That's what Dusty Baker likes to see from his leadoff hitter.
5 doubles and 5 triples for Ben Revere to go with a couple of home runs. And now Jason Worth, 1 for 2 with a single. They extended his streak to 27 consecutive games, reaching bases last time up. Got to pay some attention to the base runner here, yeah?
That's a good point. Solarte kind of hugging the line now. He's moving off a little bit, but you bet. If you time Edwin Jackson, you get a good secondary lead. Okay, he one-looks him there. That's one thing I've always liked to do. Runner on second, potential stolen base threat. Does the pitcher come set, 1 look, go? Does he come set, 1 look, go? Does he come set, look, go? You got to vary. 2 looks. Look at him, step off. Look 3 times. Okay, now getting the sign, right? Coming set. 1 look, go.
Ground ball to third. Simple for Solarte, and that's the second out. Nowhere to go for Revere. And it'll be left up to Daniel Murphy here against Jackson in the 5th.
Were you a stolen base threat back in the day? I think Jesse Agner was a speedster.
That was my game.
Just couldn't get on first though, right?
Absolutely right. But boy, if I got hit by a pitch, I was stealing 2 bags. Yeah, no, otherwise I'd be on the bench. Second time tonight, Darren Balsley has come out to chat with Edwin Jackson.
Well, you've got Murphy, Harper. You've got 2 outs. You've got first base open.
Murphy in such better form than Bryce Harper, but
yeah, exactly.
I just can't see.
It's one of those picky poisons, right?
Yeah.
Because we know that Bryce Harper can break out at any second. We know the way Murphy's swinging the bat lately. All season, I should say, not just lately. Heaviest workload for Edwin was in the 3rd at 20. He's been pretty efficient tonight.
In his last start on Sunday, back home against the Giants. First 3 innings, 12, 18, 16, and then he cruised through the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Single-digit pitch counts in all 3 of those innings. But a big spot here against the National League's leading hitter. Now a 2-2 game, and the potential go-ahead run. Ben Revere is at second base. Bethencourt will keep him right there. Nice stop, 1-0. Murphy hitting .350 overall against fastballs this year, a .400 batting average, and as a pitcher, contact lens.
Oh, maybe it was, I don't know. Whatever it was distracting Daniel Murphy.
Low again, and now 2 balls and no strikes. Wasn't that pigeon from earlier, was it?
No.
Just picked it up.
I was going to be like, he wants to be like Serrano and save the pigeon, right? In Major League 2. Well, maybe he saved a bug.
Now 3 balls and no strikes, maybe working very carefully here to Daniel Murphy. I was saying a 400 average for him this year against a fastball. Does that change your approach as a pitcher, or do you got to say, hey, I'm a fastball guy?
If it's your strength, the key is you have to locate it. It's not like every fastball you throw up there he's going to hit. A well-located fastball, yeah, he's going to have trouble with if it's in the right spot.
Way outside, and they're going to start over with Bryce Harper.
The old pitch around.
Unintentional, intentional. See if he'll chase something. He didn't. Played off a couple of pitches in the dirt, and then nothing really close. So a fresh count as Andy Green watches Edwin Jackson get ready to do battle with a guy who I think still is one of the most dangerous hitters in the National League. Here's the last confrontation between the two.
First pitch fastball in. Fastball away. You can see what Jackson's trying to do here. Hard, soft. And the breaking ball. And you know what? This could spell danger because a lot of the pitches were up in the zone, but the one that got him, it was up, but that proves my point. It was in and it jammed him. Doesn't mean you still can't throw him a fastball.
So a big spot here. Nats have tied the game. 2 outs, 2 on. And Bryce Harper at the plate. Skies it shallow right. Schimpf makes the catch. And Bryce Harper ends an inning for the second time after the Nats score. 2-2 after 5. Mike Pomerantz, Mark Sweeney, thank you much. Hope you are enjoying downtown San Diego these days. A lot of fun back there right now with Comic-Con going on. Travis Jankowski leading off here, and a little dribbler to third. Rendon handles it very nicely. And Jankowski now 0 for 3 on the evening against Max Scherzer. 1 down and a 2-2 game here in the top of the 6th inning. Mark Sweeney was just talking about something you brought up, the travel from west to east. It's a different beast than an East Coast team going to the West Coast.
Sure.
I'm not sure everybody realizes that necessarily.
Well, weather has a key. You travel in the middle of the summer like the Padres are now, and don't get me wrong, you play in the environs of Petco Park on the West Coast. It's a nice environment. You come here, you're slapped with 100-degree weather and heat index of 110. it's a different animal. Then the time change. You know, the time clock kind of gets messed up. Different start times. And don't get me wrong, I'm not crying the blues for, you know, it's what you sign up for. It's,
sure.
it's part of the gig. Everybody realizes that, but it takes its toll.
Part of the challenge.
Yep.
No doubt about that. Myers, couple of strikeouts tonight against Scherzer. Now a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So far tonight, it has been mostly about these pitchers. Max Scherzer, Edwin Jackson. 4 total runs, 8 total hits for the 2 starters. Scherzer now through 5 and a third. Jackson through 5. Myers in the air to shallow right center field. A little Bermuda Triangle action here, but coming on and making the catch is Ben Revere. Boy, it didn't look like anybody really took control of that situation for the Nats. But Revere with the excellent speed comes in, makes the catch. Myers done, and 2 away.
Seems like he gave up on it a little bit. Did you see that? It looks like by the body language of Revere, he almost gave up to Daniel Murphy. But then he had to downshift and turn it on again.
Talking about the 2 starting pitchers tonight. Edwin Jackson not using the strikeout, but effective. Only struck out 4 the other day. That's not the bottom line for him.
No, you know, the strikeouts are sexy. We all agree on that. But I'd rather go into a game late in the game, deep into a game, throwing as few pitches as possible, letting your defense work. That means you're pounding the zone with movement, and you're avoiding the sweet spot.
He's done that. He's also limited the damage a couple of times. Nationals, I don't want to say they had him on the ropes in the 5th inning, but they had a little something going. And he got out of it facing one of the most dangerous guys in the league, Bryce Harper. There's another hit for Matt Kemp. That one's going to get all the way through. Kemp lumbering around first base as Harper retrieves the baseball. And a stand-up double with 2 outs for Matt Kemp here in the 6th inning, his first hit of the night. Well, that's that vintage Matt Kemp right center field swing, isn't it?
You see how easy he swung? Foot down, hands back, just throwing the head. Plain and simple. Hey, if it's in that general area, yeah, he's going to get the good part of the wood on it, send it on its way.
Kemp swinging such a good bat as of late. 6 home runs in his last 6 games, but the good swings go way beyond just the last week or so. Big time power still on display from Matt Kemp. Here's Solarte, 1 for 2 with a single, and he has scored 1 of the 2 Padre runs. Switch hitting third baseman waits for Scherzer, and he's out in front, fouls that one away. Do you have any tricks when you're pitching on a really hot, humid day to try and keep yourself cool?
Well, the trainers really came into play big time. They got that big bucket of ice water down there. They used to call it ammonia water. They put some stuff in there to kind of open up your passages and clear out the head, you know. And they just drape that around your head and your neck and your back, and that would cool you down. Drink plenty of water, maybe change the shirt, maybe, you know, back then we didn't have the dry fit. They've got the fan there with the mister there in the Nationals dugout. You notice you don't see one of those in the Padre dugout.
You can see the little slats in the bench there. They do a little AC, comes out of the bench in some of the modern ballparks in the hotter climates. That's nice.
See, back then, no dry fit, right?
Sure.
You have the cotton. Well, that would get drenched. You go in between innings, you change a shirt. Might be a 4, 5, 6 shirt change night. Do they have the mister in their dugout though, or just the fan?
Old school fan right there.
Yeah, see, no mister.
You can see the slots for the AC, kind of at the top part of the back of the bench. And yeah, that's not the mister.
Hey, remember old Candlestick Park?
Sure.
Home side, heat. Visiting side, nada.
At Wrigley, they've got those old, like, flame heaters.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to get too close to that thing.
It's like a jet engine.
Yeah. Some things have changed, some things have not. Nothing at 2 to Solarte. Nice job holding up on that pitch. So no, like, cabbage leaf under your hat or anything like that.
No, Tony Pena did that. I first got wind of that when I was, back in the day playing, and Tony Pena caught for the Cardinals, caught for the Pirates as well, and I wish I would have known about that, because, you know, you get hungry in the 5th, you just nibble on a little piece of cabbage or lettuce.
Like a rabbit out there. Can you imagine a guy just stepping off the back of the rubber, taking his hat off? Solarte back behind second base. That is Espinoza, and that is the Padres' 6th inning. No runs, a hit, kept stranded after the 2-out double. 2-2 game in the middle of the 6th. Summary, Ryan Schimpf, another home run. 2-run shot in the second, way up there. Put the Padres on top 2-0, extended the home run streak to 21 consecutive games. Daniel Murphy sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning. Nice catch by Matt Kemp, and Revere checked in. That made it 2-1. And then Revere with an RBI double with 1 out in the 5th inning. That brought home Danny Espinoza. That tied the game. Nationals would continue to threaten in the 5th against Edwin Jackson, but he closed the door. Got Jason Morris to ground out, got Bryce Harper to pop up. And so a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the catcher Wilson Ramos leading off. But for all the talk about Harper, Worth, obviously, as always, Murphy this year, he has been incredible for the Nationals, second only to Murphy in batting average in the National League. Last night, 3 for 4. And he's got a 10-game hitting streak going right now.
And that average in home runs, driven in 50, hey, no. Those guys are going to be the top dogs, right?
Sure.
I'm sure Wilson Ramos has no problem being in 3rd place if you're going to start ranking Washington Nationals.
He's basically the best offensive catcher in baseball this year. And he doesn't get talked about the way the other guys do. And obviously, you do it for a few years in a row and they talk about you more, but certainly a little bit under the radar. He's a free swinger, though. And kind of interesting to go with all of that. Only a couple of guys in baseball see fewer pitches per at bat than does Wilson Ramos, and yet he's hitting .332.
Likes to swing early. And, you know, as a pitcher, you know that. You better hit your spots. And he'll probably get a lot of off-speed stuff early in the count, too.
Jackson ahead of him, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a little roller. Solarte in. Took his time finding it. Had time. And Ramos, with that 10-game hitting streak, is now 0 for 3 against Edwin Jackson tonight.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
First time all year I've heard you do that.
Nice.
Tip of the cap from Andy Green. Well done.
Thank you, Skipper. Hey, I got a little nugget regarding pitch counts.
Okay.
My good friend Bob Chandler, who watches every game. I love Bob. Historian of the Padres.
He knows everything.
Early 70s.
Okay.
Clay Kirby threw 257 innings in a 15-inning complete game.
257 pitches?
257 pitches in a 15-inning complete game.
Wow.
Clay Kirby.
I mean, when a guy gets to 120 now, it's a big deal.
Oh, it's Tommy John surgery the next day.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Robinson goes the other way. Upton on the run, and Melvin's not going to get there. That one drops in. Robinson will not test the arm of Melvin Upton. That's a good idea. He's on base for the second time tonight. He had walked back in the second inning. And a one-out base runner with Anthony Rendon coming up against Edwin Jackson.
Well, the breaking ball looked like Edwin Jackson wanted to backdoor that one, and it leaked on the inside part of the plate, and Robinson just fights that one off.
Nationals have never led in this game. Padres were up 2-0. Murphy made it a 2-1 game in the third. Revere tied it 2-2 in the fifth. But now Washington with a man aboard, 1 out in the sixth. Rendon, the number 7 hitter, singled his last time up, but was caught stealing to end the inning. Bethencourt threw a strikeout to second base, and Alexei Ramirez with a good swipe tag just got him on the thigh as he went in. And Jackson ahead of him, 0-1. Jose Dominguez up and warming. 81 pitches now for Edwin Jackson. He didn't flirt with a no-hitter tonight, but certainly against this lineup. Job well done so far for Edwin Jackson. Guess you can't ask for that every time out. 1 strike pitch, fouled out of play.
It gets to a point now where, you know, the pitch count's getting up. Right now at 82. Is the fastball up? Is the breaking ball kind of flat, inconsistent? That's something Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, Andy Green, the manager, will look at. You know, the velocity, I think, is going to be there, but it's location that they'll particularly have a keen eye of watching.
Best seat in the house. You can see pretty much everything from the top of that dugout. 0-2. Kemp on the run. Matt still going back, and he makes a leaping catch on the warning track. That's a couple of times tonight. Matt Kemp has had to go a long way to come up with a ball in right field, but he does it there. 2 down. Robinson back to first. And Danny Espinosa coming up.
I'll be quite honest with you. When the ball was off the bat, I thought it was going to get a chance over the head of Matt Kemp, but a good jump initially off the bat, and the last second reaching up to help out Edwin Jackson for out number 2 here in the 6th.
Not exactly a soft landing spot out there either. They got sort of that chain link over the video board in the wall in right field. Can't just pop into it.
No, Espinosa coming up. You got the pitcher spot on deck.
Coverage tomorrow begins at 10 o'clock in the morning. Mentioned Giolito gets called up from AAA for Washington, or he will, for his 3rd major league start. Came up right from AA to start the first 2. And Christian Friedrich, the left-hander, will go for the Padres. Final game of this series. And the 7th game of a 10-game road trip that will continue Monday in Toronto. You got your passport?
I do. I'm locked in.
2 outs, runner on first, and Danny Espinosa. Just a little bit low.
Hey, you know what the rule is? You got to have somebody out on deck. Nobody's out on deck. I mean, Scherzer's at the top step, but the rule says you have to have somebody out on deck. Nobody's out on deck.
Blake Treinen is up in the Washington bullpen. If the inning continues, they may want to try and take the lead with a pinch hitter. And maybe they're trying to encourage Edwin Jackson to work around Danny Espinosa.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to have a person on deck. There's nobody on deck.
So you want him off the top step.
It's a rule. You have to have a batter on deck. You cannot be in the dugout.
What's the penalty for that?
15 yards.
There you go. Automatic first down.
Okay, now he's out of the dugout.
He's there now. He's in the vicinity. 2 balls and a strike now.
You know, through the course of minor league games and even big league games, I remember seeing umpires yelling at the dugout, "Hey, we need a guy. Need a guy out here." And sure enough, there's Max Scherzer finally after 3 pitches out on deck.
I'm glad you called attention to it. We've righted a wrong, fixed an injustice. No detail missed here on Fox Sports San Diego. A little dribbler. Bethancourt, funny hop, bare hand. What a throw.
Wow.
You know all about Christian Bethancourt's arm. It is elite. He's thrown a 95-mile-per-hour fastball from the mound this year. And a great recovery there by Christian Bethancourt. That ball had all kinds of weird spin on it after it hit the plate. And the Padre catcher with an outstanding defensive play.
In the lineup every day. If I'm not, that doesn't mean I'm just gonna, sit down and, feel sorry about myself. There's a chance I'm gonna get a pinch hit. There's a chance I'm gonna catch a 9th inning. If we're up by 10 runs or 13, I might get the last 2 innings. So that's my time to be a star.
That was a sneak preview of Tuesday's all-new SD Live featuring Christian Bethancourt. Tuesday after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Bethancourt showing off the arm to get Espinoza for the final out of the 6th inning. A little weird play.
Yeah.
Ball had funny spin. Bare-handed it after it came down from like 20 feet.
Yeah, what I was kind of surprised, why didn't he catch it up in the air after the first hop off the bat rather than letting it bounce and then take that funky spin? The bottom line, he got it out. It was a great play. I thought he'd catch it after it hit the ground, it bounced way up in the air, catch it on the fly, then turn and throw to first.
Ball and no strikes to Melvin Upton. 95 from Scherzer. Let's take another look at the last out of the 6th inning.
Okay, high chopper, right? Catch it on the big fly rather than letting it bounce. But great reaction by Christian, dealing with that funky bounce with all that English to get the out.
Upton swinging and missing, 2-1. It was spinning so weirdly that maybe he just kind of had a misread of it when it was coming back down, because it didn't come straight down. Sort of went off to the side. I don't know. Tough play. Well done. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Melvin Upton Jr.
See the velocity, 96.
Yeah.
It's almost like Scherzer, he maintains velocity with the best of them.
Absolutely.
And he will change speeds. A little like extra on the giddy up when he needs it.
Had 7 strikeouts tonight. That's what he had in his last start against the Pirates. Take it 8.
97. Last 2 pitches of the at-bat, 96. This is 97. Right down the heart of the plate, belt buckle high for the strikeout.
No surprise, Max Scherzer has turned into the pitcher that he is. 11th overall pick by the Diamondbacks in 2009, and he went to the Tigers in a 3-way trade with the Yankees Edwin Jackson went to Arizona in that trade. And they're starting against one another here tonight. A lot of heat from Max Scherzer tonight. So let's take a look at the Cholula flamethrower.
Well, with Scherzer on the hill, he's Washington National 97, and that's hot sauce. Heat index about 108.
Feels like.
Yeah.
One ball at one strike.
That's a good point.
To Ryan
It's
Schimpf.
a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It feels like 104.
I like that. We need a heat index for pitcher velocity. Something like that. StatCast. Not all 97-mile-per-hour fastballs look the same.
They don't sound the same either.
Schimpf unable to hold his swing.
Right? Some of them are.
What was that? Okay. And what are the other ones like?
The other ones are.
Is that two-seam, four-seam?
Yeah, yeah. The two-seamer not as pronounced. You get those four seams whipping though.
Friction.
See, this is a four-seamer.
It is 98 miles per hour, and back-to-back strikeouts for Scherzer here in the 7th. His 9th. He had 10 against the Padres last month at Petco.
Okay, a couple of things here. One is he's gone from 96, 97. That was 98. And even though it's the 7th inning, look at Max Scherzer. He can smell the finish line. He wants to go 9. He wants to go 9.
Not going to.
Probably not.
He's trying to show Dusty Baker, hey, I know I'm leading off the bottom of this inning.
Yeah.
But look, I'm still good.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I like that. Base is empty for Bethancourt. Made the nice defensive play at the bottom of the last inning. Swings and misses here. Hey, I thought you said something really interesting at the beginning of the game. Look at that ball strike ratio.
You look at it.
Not overrated. You said he treats each inning like he's a closer.
Yeah. He goes out there with the intent that he's got a 1-run lead and he needs 3 outs to get the win each and every inning.
He got Upton, he got Schimpf. Numbers 8 and 9. He's ahead of Bethancourt. 0-2. Make it 10. Max Scherzer strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. Padres have had 1 hit against him since the 2nd, but it's a 2-2 game. Can start in a Padre uniform. Well, he's not flirting with a no-hitter tonight, but he's been very, very good. Struck out Jason Worth back in the 1st inning. He's gotten guys to fly out. He's gotten guys to ground out. And he's gotten guys to really be held in check. Bryce Harper, 0 for 3. He's ended a couple of innings. And Edwin Jackson was in the driver's seat tonight, brought to you by Kia. He came out waiting for the pinch hitter to be introduced, I believe. And now the Padres are going to take him out after 6 innings of 2-run baseball against the Washington Nationals. Dominguez in the 7th.
I didn't want to.
And the pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Jose Dominguez coming on for the 7th time.
Hard thrown right-hander, 7th game. Boy, trouble with righties though at 3-13. And Chris Heisey from the right side, pinch hitting.
So this game will be decided by the bullpens, as they say. Scherzer done after 7, Jackson done after 6. And Heisey to be followed by the top of the Washington batting order, Revere and Worth to follow. First pitch from Jose Dominguez, a called strike, 0-1. Heisey hitting .241 this year. Washington with some really gaudy pinch hit numbers. Heisey with 3 home runs in the pinch this year, 14 in his career, more than anybody else active in baseball. But a lot of the Washington pinch hit home runs came back in April. They had an unbelievable stretch, and it's sort of normalized since then. There you see the career pinch hitting numbers. It's a skill set. He's got it. And Jose Dominguez has strike 2 with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball.
It's accepting that role as well. Being successful in a pinch hitter role. Yeah, you'll get a start every now and then, day game after a night game, possibly to spell somebody.
He's a Dusty Baker guy, was with him in Cincinnati. And he hits this one out to shallow right, kept coming in, Schimpf going back. Matt calls for it, he makes the catch. Covered a lot of ground out there, and Heisey flies out, 1 away. Well, nice crowd on a Saturday night here in Washington. And our game is presented in HD by Sony. 30,747 in the building tonight. They got to see Max Scherzer, Edwin Jackson, the racing presidents.
What do you think of the presidential race?
So I got mixed feelings on it. I like it. I'll start there. But they've made it really out there. They've always got, like, last night there was like a professional wrestler who came out and tackled one of the guys. They do a lot of that kind of thing.
Right.
Which, like, works if it's sausages, I think. But it's a little weird to me to see, like, Teddy Roosevelt get taken out by a professional wrestler. Today, not so honest Abe. He was telling the other presidents, hey, the race is over. But he was lying. And then he won. Not very honest.
It's disappointing.
George Washington, second only to Teddy Roosevelt this year in wins. Abe picked up his 11th victory of the year. So you're up to date on the racing presidents. And now you're up to date on the Nationals box score against Edwin Jackson. Swami. Hey, it's Jesse, not Orsillo. Sorry. No balls, 2 strikes to Ben Revere. Dominguez off the mound, 2 away.
I heard a snappage of the bat right there. That means that Dominguez got in the kitchen of Revere. That is music to a pitcher's ears. Either in the kitchen or off the end of the bat. Have a listen to this. Oh, yes. I wish that was my ringtone on my phone.
We can make that happen for you.
That was...
Maybe when you get a text message.
That was sweet.
Can you put that on your new watch?
Believe it.
Base is empty for Jason Worth. Strikeout, single, ground out. That makes him 1 for 3. Dominguez with another hot fastball, 97 miles per hour. Last saw Jose Dominguez game 1 of the doubleheader Wednesday in St. Louis. 2 scoreless innings in relief of Colin Rea. Just missing. Nope. Got the call from Tom Howell. 1-1. It's kind of fun seeing these new arms, these live arms at this point in the season. Dominguez has handled himself well. Got his first career win in Arizona before the All-Star break. Spent some time closing at AAA El Paso this year.
Little taste of the big league life before this year. 18 games with the Dodgers and the Rays. You gotta like the stuff, right? Free and easy delivery. Touch of 96, 97.
Three balls and a strike. Fooled Worth.
Wow.
98. Made him look bad. Daniel Murphy would be next.
You think Jason Worth comes to the ball yard each and every day and gives thanks knowing that he's hitting in front of Daniel Murphy?
Like formally?
Yes.
Like gets down on his knees and kind of folds his hands together.
Absolutely. As Sean Kelly, former Padre, heats up for the Nationals. Yeah, you got a guy leading the National League and hitting on deck. You're going to get some good pitches to rip at.
Payoff pitch, got him. Jose Dominguez with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball strikes out Jason Worth. He works a 1-2-3 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th here in Washington. Padres and the Nationals tied 2-2. All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Looking forward to checking you and Mark out on the post-game show. Yeah, the Sale thing is just bizarre. I don't know that there's another word for it.
I'll tell you how it's going to affect his trade value. I'd be the first team to say we'll take him, and then I'm announcing to the team we're not doing the throwbacks anymore this year, or as long as that guy's on our roster. That's how I'm taking care of that deal.
Well, not all teams wear throwback uniforms, so maybe it
At least
restricts the number of teams who would have interest in it. How about that?
Hey, if he wants to get rid of the whole throwback thing, fine.
You're done with the throwback uniforms. Well, you pitchers, very high maintenance with the clothing.
No, not
even
really.
here.
No. Okay, try going to work in a burlap sack tomorrow.
Nobody asked him to put on a burlap sack.
I'm not saying that. It's different for every person, obviously. Some people might take it as, oh my gosh, really? Some people could say, you know what?
They've got that guy in Milwaukee. He has to wear a barrel to work every day at the ballpark. And he doesn't complain.
That's because he wears it every day.
So you're saying it's the change that's the issue, not... See, because earlier you were blaming the material of the uniform. So which is it?
It's everything.
Okay. Combo. Alexei Ramirez leading off against the former Padres, Sean Kelly. 2-2 game in the 8th, 41st appearance out of the bullpen. Signed a 3-year free agent deal with the Nats this winter. And Ramirez into center. Murphy's going back. He's kind of pointing it out for Revere. And the center fielder makes the catch, one away. All right, let's take a look back at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers. That first one, I think that's exactly what the Padres did tonight.
Absolutely. Survived Scherzer. He went 7 innings. You know, he struck out 10. With Padres 4 hits, and he's given up 2 runs, and that's where we stand, tied 2-2. And reaction Jackson. Edwin, solid 6 innings, only 2 earned runs.
Absolutely nothing to complain about right there.
Right.
Alex Dickerson will pinch hit with 1 out and the base is empty. He's got home run power. And he fouls it back. 0-1. 26 games at the big league level. You see the homers. One of them, of course, a pinch hit grand slam at Wrigley Field May 10th. The only game the Padres lost at Wrigley. That was a fun moment, though. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know what my favorite part about that whole thing was? First major league home run, right? Pinch hit, grand slam, Wrigley Field. And a bunch of friends there because he went to Indiana University, not too far from Chicago. And you know what they do at Wrigley when the other team hits a home run? They throw the ball back. So Alex Dickerson got the ball.
Was it the real ball, though?
They tracked it on the camera, everything like that, and everybody says it is.
Good. I'm glad to hear that because they will keep the game ball and have one stuffed in their bag, not a real ball, and give the illusion but I'm glad they tracked it.
That's what I've heard.
They'll go up on the mantle.
I don't know if it's authenticated or not, but I don't want to throw a wet blanket on Alex Dickerson. I don't know why you would. Here, track it for me, Mark Grant.
Let's see if we can get it. Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely the ball. You can tell.
Okay.
Definitely. You could see the guy throw it back. He didn't go into his pocket. There's no question in my mind. Absolutely. Such a downer tonight. Caught him looking. That's the 11th time the Padres have struck out tonight. 10 by Scherzer, first by Kelly. Pinch hitter out, 2 away, and Travis Jankowski.
Well, Sean Kelly struck out over 10.5 batters per 9 innings. So he is a strikeout guy right at the knees, and a good frame job right there by Wilson Ramos. Good pitch. Too close to take.
Dickerson and Wallace discussing the art of pinch hitting on the bench. Kelly back to work against the Padre leadoff hitter. And ball 1 to Jankowski. Travis did not start last night's game. He's in center field this evening. Hard hit and a fair ball down the right field line. He got it by Robinson. Takes a funny hop and now gets away from Bryce Harper. Jankowski's on his way to third base. He will make it easily with a 2-out triple. Well, I don't think Travis had any intention of going beyond second base with 2 outs. But the ball took a weird hop over there. It got away from Bryce Harper, and now the Padres have the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
I think Bryce Harper held his ground to see if it was going to hit that little corner. Watch as this ball is in fair. Watch Harper. Now he realizes it doesn't hit the corner. It goes down into the 335 area, and that's an easy triple for Travis Jankowski.
Second of the year for Travis to go with 4 doubles. and a homer. First hit of the night. And now Wil Myers at the plate. Myers and Kelly, of course, teammates a year ago. Looking for the fastball?
Yeah, and put a little wrinkled one right down the middle. Slider at 86. That's clutch numbers right there. 2 outs with runners in scoring position.
The 0-1 could not hold up. Nothing in 2. Slider, slider. Myers trying to get Jankowski home, trying to give the Padres a lead here in the 8th. Here's the 0-2 from Kelly. It's high. Not by much.
See Ramos frame that one? He held his ground just a little bit longer. And, you know, according to Fox Tracks, that's a strike. Upper quadrant, frame it, hold it, didn't get the call.
I think Ramos hurt his pitcher there. There's a lot of motion when he received the baseball. Like you said, it was a strike. Now a 1-2. Got him. Sean Kelly gives up the 2-out triple to Jankowski, but Myers strikes out. The runner is stranded, and Will and Tom Halley can have a little bit of conversation about this pitch. 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. By Petco, your complete pet store, and by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Washington Monument here in Washington, D.C. I think they were doing a little renovation on it, construction, last year when we were here.
Yes.
Nice to see the scaffolding gone. Such a cool city. Padres trying to win 2 straight against the first place team in the National League East, and in a tie game. In the 8th, they're going to turn it over to the 8th inning man, Ryan Buchter. Last time out, it was tough in St. Louis. Padres had the lead, could not hold it, trying to bounce back here tonight.
47th game for Ryan, and the numbers against lefties, 158. Well, up at the plate, Daniel Murphy. He's not your ordinary lefty.
Neither is Bryce Harper, who's on deck. So a couple of tough left-handers. And a first pitch strike to Murphy, 0-1. Most of the outings looked a lot more this year like Wednesday and Sunday than they did Thursday.
Yeah, I'll take one outing like that every 15 or 16.
Absolutely.
And how about this? As far as batting against left-handers, just goes to show you what kind of the year Daniel Murphy's having. He's hitting 318 off lefties.
Homered off one last night. Brad Hand in the 8th. You say, though, Murphy not an ordinary left-hander. I don't know that Ryan Buchter is an ordinary left-handed pitcher either. It's not a lot of breaking stuff.
Aggressive with the fastball, both sides of the plate. Just when you're looking for the fastball, he'll drop that breaking ball. And also, he can throw the breaking ball for a strike. He can also throw it off the plate just a little bit to make you swing and miss.
Gets the call on the outside corner. Murphy calmly discussing with the plate umpire. 2-2. We've seen that all night from Tom Hallion. He's giving the outside part of the plate, so to speak. Going right back out there. And a little roller. Schimpf has it. 1 away. Nice 7th inning from Jose Dominguez in relief of Edwin Jackson. And now turning it over to Buchter. Jonathan Papelbon is up in the Washington bullpen. Padres have Kemp, Solarte, and Upton due in the 9th inning. Bryce Harper against Edwin Jackson, 0 for 3. Career against Ryan Buchter, 0 for 1. That was last month at Petco. Harper has popped up twice. He has grounded into the shift.
Wow.
Got it again.
Wow.
You just got to keep going out there, don't you?
Absolutely. That's just a written invitation. Out here, please.
Bethancourt back out there. Breaking ball this time. Doesn't throw a lot of them.
See the body motion of Harper, kind of almost moving out of the box as he swings. And, you know, you move that upper half. Watch his body. He starts to swing and then straightening up and then falling off the other side. You know, to me as a pitcher, I look at that, I'm just peppering it away. I'm not leaving anything in or soft in.
1-2 pitch to him, and he pops it out of play.
It's almost Ichiro-like.
I heard somebody describe the way he looks in the box recently as if he is on roller skates.
It's a good analogy. Good pictorial. You bet.
And it's not what he wants to be doing, obviously. No. He's struggling right now. He's trying to work his way out of it. But he is nowhere near the guy he was offensively a year ago when he hit .330.
You know what I don't understand, and this is because it just astounds me. Why walk if in fact the 13 walks in Chicago was the result of ... How does walking a guy so many times, how would that affect you? To me, that's like a badge of honor. Well, you're going to walk me 13 times, okay.
2-2, got him.
Nice.
Buchter put it up, Harper chased it, and 2 away.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a great question, you know, maybe for Mark Sweeney as you take another look.
Yeah, if I asked Bryce Harper that question, he wouldn't. He'd tell me either to go stick it, or he would give me some type of answer that I would want to hear.
He might call it a clown question.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point.
He might not, because I think it is a good question. I'm just thinking here, and I've never hit in a major league game. Maybe something we can talk to Andy Green about, and you know the Padre hitters, what they would think about it. But it just takes you out of your whole rhythm. You're not swinging the bat.
Yeah, but
your whole mindset is different.
Only 13 times over the course of 600, 700 at bats. And it's a team that's out of the division. I mean, it just I don't know. Like I said, I'll be the first to, if somebody gives me an explanation to where it really makes sense, I'll say, oh, wow, you know what? I never thought of that.
Wilson Ramos, 1-1. We'll find out. We'll ask some people before tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow afternoon. 10 a.m. TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego. Maybe the Padres will be going for the sweep. 5-3 win last night. 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 8th. Buchter trying to finish off Ramos. see that everything has been into the Washington catcher. Ramos 0 for 3 tonight with a 10-game hitting streak on the line. Inside again, and now 3-1 from Buchter. Last start, Edwin Jackson flirted with a no-hitter. Wilson Ramos has caught 3, and they took place in a span of 162 games. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Steven Strasburg suffered his first loss of the year a couple of days ago against the Dodgers. Fell to 13-1. Not bad. Nice little battle here between Buchter and Ramos. I liked what Strasburg said, by the way, after he lost the other day. He goes, hey, I've won games this year because of what the other guys did. Not necessarily just because I've been good. He goes, today I couldn't pick them up. That's on me. I thought that was a good way of putting it for a guy who's had the success that he has this year.
No question. There's going to be games when a pitcher goes out, gives up 4 or 5 runs, but his offense gives him 6 or 7. Probably not the best you felt. Probably the numbers aren't great, but you walk away with a win.
Team sport and all that. Set up inside on him. Here's the 3-2. It's high. So a 2-out walk to Wilson Ramos. He's aboard for the first time tonight. Andy Green looking out at Ryan Buchter, who's trying to bounce back from that tough one in St. Louis a couple of nights ago. Singled his last time. The walk was in the second. He's also flown to right. Ramos not any kind of stolen base threat over there. Will Myers keeping him close, keeping him honest. Checked his swing, 2 balls, no strikes, and now Bethancourt go out there, maybe give Buchter a little bit of a breather as the Padres search for the 3rd out here in a tie game in the 8th.
Well, that last pitch, you know, Bethancourt may have noticed something, maybe just a little chuckle going on there, just to lighten the mood a little bit. He wanted it down and away, maybe overthrowing it, therefore up and in. Majority of the pitches, lefty on lefty, have been away from Ryan Buchter. He missed big time on that last pitch.
2 balls, no strikes to Robinson, and now 3 balls and no strikes.
Again, missing up, arm side to the lefty.
There's your ratio. Taking all the way and a strike. Buchter kind of waving his hand back and forth after delivering that pitch. The 3-1 popped up left side, but that will be into the seats. So from 3-0 to 3 balls and 2 strikes, that'll give Ramos a head start. Myers backs up behind him now, so a little more coverage defensively on the right side of the infield.
Let's see what he goes here, 3-2. Fastball away, knee high, get it there.
Got it there, popped up again. Solarte giving it a look, long way to go. He's got some room, and he makes the catch. Ryan Buchter does his job in the 5th. We are 2-2 going to the 9th, and Matt Kemp's going to lead off the next inning. Play of the game. Let's hop in the time machine. Go back to the 6th inning. Anthony Rendon at the plate, and Matt Kemp with a nice running catch out in right field, supporting Edwin Jackson, who allowed just 2 runs in 6 innings of work. And now Matt Kemp will lead off in a tie game, top of the 9th inning, and Jonathan Papelbon in to pitch for the Nats.
And we saw him last night in the 9th, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Had a little firm giddy-up fastball last night, about 93, touched 94. He's been throwing the ball better since he's been back off the DL. Only 8 walks. This guy is a strike thrower. 30 2/3 innings of work. Only 8 free passes along with 28 punch tickets.
He is the 3rd pitcher used by Dusty Baker here tonight. Kelly worked the 8th after Scherzer went 7th. And the Padres and the Cardinals, which we learned the hard way this past week, the 2 most prolific run-scoring teams in the 9th inning this year. Papelbon will not be any hurry out there. Well, you mentioned since coming off the DL, he's been really good. 6 innings, 3 saves, no runs, and just a couple of hits. He was not with them when the Nationals came to Petco last month. Not much history between these two. And Kemp swings at the first pitch, hits it well over to left field. Worth is going over towards the corner. It's a fair ball off the wall. Kemp on his way to second. Worth's got a good arm. Here comes the throw. Safe! Matt Kemp with a leadoff double here in the 9th off Papelbon. That was close.
And we know Matt Kemp does not run all that well. Now the race is on. First pitch fastball, middle in. We know that the pitches have been up lately. Kemp has been crushing a nice carom for Jason Worth. Now it's a race to the bag. Stay on that bag. Stay on that bag. Yes.
Perfectly done by Matt Kemp. Clearly safe.
And it's clearly sliding towards the outfield part of that bag. A longer tag. A longer reach.
Second double of the night for Kemp. Boy, both tonight hit really hard. That's intentional, the way he slid. Really well done. So go ahead run in scoring position for Solarte, and Papelbon misses outside. Right after the play, by the way, and the tag at second base. Papelbon was kind of wildly gesticulating out there towards the umpire, towards the dugout. He wanted a challenge, but Kemp clearly safe.
Yeah, it wasn't even close, huh?
Not going to waste one there. But as you know, kind of wears his emotions on his sleeve. Solarte takes a strike. 1-1. Couple guys up in the Padre bullpen. That will be situational. Brandon Maurer and Kevin Quackenbush are up.
Yeah, if it stays tied, Quackenbush, if they take the lead, Maurer.
Maurer with the 4-out save in last night's game. First one by him. Solarte singled and scored in his first at bat. Lines this one to center field, but Revere will make a hopping catch out in center. One away. Kemp has to retreat to second base. What do they say? It's the ones hit right at you that are the toughest?
Yeah, because he almost overran that one. That could have been gnarly. That could have been nasty. And yeah, Herbert Solarte, nothing you can do there. He squared that one up. A nice looking swing. Got to be frustrating, though, for a hitter. No question about it.
Ramos and Papelbon going over the Melvin Upton Jr. scouting report as you take a look at the ball Solarte hit right at Ben Revere. Upton tonight 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. At home, he has been Mr. Walk-Off. Trying to bring some of that late inning magic with him to Washington. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Upton had the RBI single in last night's game. That came against Tanner Roark. Trying to put the Padres on front here in the 9th against Papelbon. Padres have not scored since the second inning. The 0-2 to Melvin Upton. Got him.
You know, the Nationals really have to be happy with the way Papelbon's been throwing the ball since coming off the DL. 3 saves, nothing on the ERA. Prior to this game, 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, only 2 hits. I tell you what, the fastball's 92-93 with movement. That slider putting away Upton Jr. Great depth to it and good location as well.
Well, Ryan Schimpf has had a lot of big league firsts as of late. Here's another. He is going to be intentionally walked. 2-run home run back in the second inning. And the Nationals choosing Christian Bethancourt over Ryan Schimpf.
And the one thing you can hope for, Christian Bethancourt gets a fat fastball or hanging breaking ball in the zone and does some damage with it.
He has done damage with a home run 5 times this year, Bethancourt. This is pretty wild, though. Papelbon, what? All the All-Star appearances, 6 of them. And he's intentionally walked Ryan Schimpf.
You got Wallace lurking.
And you'll have Wallace hitting. So Bethancourt's night is done. And Wallace, who's done a really nice job as a pinch hitter this year, will appear in that capacity with 2 on and 2 outs in a tie game in the ninth. Little chess between Dusty Baker and Andy Green.
Hey, single will be just fine. He's 1 for 1 off of Papelbon.
Wallace with the rare start at first base last night. Myers got the night off. Had an interesting night last night. 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a couple of hit by pitches, including that weird one by Oliver Perez in the ninth. Here he takes ball 1 from Papelbon.
He almost hit the bull on that one.
See Wallace's pinch hit numbers this year, .269 average. Last year he hit .349 in the pinch with 4 home runs. Starting a lot of games at third base when Solarte was injured. Kind of now back to that pinch hitting role that he excelled at last year. 1 ball and no strikes. Change up from Papelbon. Wallace's timing was off. You see Kemp, you see Schimpf. Matt is at second, Ryan is at first. 2 outs here in the ninth. One to Wallace. 2 balls in a strike.
I'll tell you one thing, Papelbon's got the movement on the fastball. Some tail, arm side.
With Wallace up, they're playing behind Schimpf at first base. So he's able to get a huge lead over there, and that could come into play if Wallace finds the gap. With 2 outs, obviously, both runners will go on contact. That's what Wallace is looking for. Here's the 2-1 from Papelbon. And that's a little bit too far outside.
I was holding my breath there for a second.
Me too. I like the idea by Papelbon. I certainly understand what he's trying to do there all night. Tom Hallion has been generous away with the strike zone, but too far there. And now 3-1. So we'll have a full count. Another changeup from Papelbon.
Well, he knows Wallace loves the fastball. No better pitch to throw than a changeup for a strike when a guy loves the fastball. And some pretty impressive numbers, Jesse, for Ramirez on deck.
He will be next. For all the talk about Wallace's power and the home runs, he's got a good eye up there. Second most walks on the team. Led the team for a while when he was playing a little bit more frequently, starting a little bit more frequently. And a big spot here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kemp and Schimpf will be running. Here's the payoff from Papelbon, and a foul ball back to the screen. Got the fastball. It was away, and Wallace stays alive.
Well, it's going to be interesting because Matt Kemp, we know he does not run that well. So a sharply hit ball to the outfield directly at one of the outfielders. And in this situation, you've got to send him. I feel you have to send him no matter what. It's a tie score. That's a very valuable run. Runs are at a minimum. Make him throw you out.
I don't think there's any question. Padres bench is into this one. Runners are off, and that's in the air, very shallow left. Rendon, Espinosa, both there. Rendon calls, and the third baseman makes the catch, and that's all for the Padres in the ninth. They strand a pair against Papelbon, and the Nats are going to try and walk it off. Our Carl's Jr. star of the game, got to be Ryan Schimpf. He's the only Padre to drive in a run tonight, and he drove in two. He had his 8th home run of the season back in the 2nd inning.
Took care of a Max Scherzer mistake.
Gave the Padres a 2-0 lead.
And the streak continues.
21 consecutive games with a home run for the Padres, extending the franchise record. The Major League record, by the way, in case you're curious, 27 consecutive games. Kevin Quackenbush in a tie game. Going to be asked to keep it tied by Andy Green, and he's got the bottom third of the Washington order here in the ninth.
Hey, this is crunch time. We know about the offense of this Washington Nationals team, particularly the home run, first in the National League. 42nd game for Kevin. No room for error. Defense got to be tight. You got to make some good pitches.
So Quackenbush will get Anthony Rendon to start, and it looks like we're going to have, no, not a pinch hit. Switch hitter will bat from the right side now. Sorry, Espinosa on deck is switch hitter. Two-run double against Quackenbush in 3 trips to the plate. And a first pitch curveball for a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to Rendon. It's outside. Derek Norris into the game after Christian Bethancourt pinch hit for him. Double switch, so Norris into the 9-hole, and he would bat second if there's a 10th inning. That's a curveball hit well to left. That's going to be a base hit. Might be extra bases. Rendon not going to test the arm of Melvin Upton Jr., and you see why. Oh, we've seen it time and again this year. Melvin Upton throwing guys out, trying to take an extra base. But we're seeing it a lot less frequently these days because guys just aren't challenging him.
Well, I'll tell you what, all you need to do is see him throw accurately to a base and throw a couple guys out, and that scouting report gets around quickly. Here it is. He's played a great left field. When he's played center, he's done just as well.
He's been Gold Glove caliber out there. Now Danny Espinosa, switch hitting shortstop. Twice he has Cade versus Quack. Stephen Drew has stepped out on deck. Pitcher's spot is due next. Solarte way in at third base, expecting bunt from Espinosa.
Well, looks like action in the Padre bullpen. Brad Hand. Brad Hand has been up 5 of the last 7 games. So got Stephen Drew on deck. Looks like Brad is ready to go.
And Revere, another left-handed batter after that.
2/3 last night, a couple hits and gave up a run and struck out one national. Brad Hand. Shouldn't take long to get loose in that pen.
Misses the butt, pulls it back. And so 2 balls and no strikes. And down at his third base coach, Bob Henley. Lead single by Rendon. He's at first, and now a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Danny Espinosa. What's your theory as a pitcher in this situation? You're expecting the guy to bunt. Are you saying, yeah, I'll take the out?
Throw strike and charge to the plate. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Jesse. Early, too. Yeah. You pounce on it and you listen to your catcher. He's directing traffic. If you can make a good throw to second base, you get that lead runner. It's a force play. Just get it to second base.
Now 2-2 after the foul bunt.
I'm not trying to be cute. I'm going to, pound the zone and get it done quickly. Hopefully get that lead runner.
Nationals trying to even this series 1 game apiece. Kevin Quackenbush and the Padres trying to push it to the 10th. Rendon has already been caught stealing once tonight. That was by Christian Bethancourt back in the 4th inning. Quack grew up in Central Florida. This heat, this humidity, it's not going to bother him. Got him. Quackenbush strikes out Espinosa with a fastball, gets a big first out. And now it does look like Stephen Drew will be the pinch hitter.
Hey, good fastball, good location, away. Quackenbush has got that sneaky, fast fastball.
91 mph, but maybe the heat index on it a little bit more, like we were talking about earlier.
Heat index has got to be 99 to 100.
Good differential, too. He's got the slow curveball. That's something we talked a lot about when Fernando Rodney was here. The big difference in mph between the fastball and the changeup.
And if he could throw that curveball early for a strike, it just makes the at-bat better for Kevin Quackenbush.
Drew signed here as a free agent in January. A valuable bench piece for them. He was a big part of the pinch hitting success they had in the first month of the season. Turner and Taylor on the bench for Washington. The bullpen pretty much wide open. They've only used Papelbon and Kelly. Blake Treinen appears that he would be the guy to throw in the 10th. And that one just misses high. Quack wanted it, you could tell.
Well, next half inning for the Padres, if it goes there, it's Ramirez righty, Norris in the double switch righty, Top of the order, Jankowski, lefty. And Treinen, the righty, looks like he's still heating up down there for the Nats.
Ball and no strikes to Drew. And he takes a strike from Quackenbush. 1-1. Drew originally 15th overall pick by the Diamondbacks in 2004. And Mike Rizzo, the Nationals GM, was the scouting director for Arizona when they took him. And you gotta imagine that was part of the attraction for Rizzo, a guy he knew and a guy he liked. Enough to take 15th overall 12 years ago. Quackenbush paying good attention to Anthony Rendon. You don't want him getting too big of a lead over there. That's a foul ball out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stephen Drew. On the postgame tonight, plenty to discuss. Andy Green playing chess with Dusty Baker tonight. Starting pitchers did their jobs. Max Scherzer, 2 runs in 7 innings. Edwin Jackson, 2 runs in 6 innings. Dominguez and Buchter with a scoreless 7th, a scoreless 8th, and Quackenbush trying to pitch a scoreless 9th and send us to extra innings. The 1-2 to Drew, and that's popped up behind the plate. Norris will not have a play.
Well, kind of thin for the Padres on the bench. Only Adam Rosales remains, the right-hander.
Dickerson pinch hit in the 8th. Wallace pinch hit in the 9th for Bethancourt. And the Padres with a 4-man bench these days, carrying the extra pitcher. Drew 5 for 19 as a pinch hitter this year. And the 1-2 from Quackenbush is hit well out to right center field. It's fairly deep. Stephen Drew has hit it off the wall. Rendon is being waved around third. Rendon is heading home. Rendon will score, and the Nationals walk it off 3-2 here in the 9th.
Well, he had him in the hole. Even count, 2-2. A breaking ball, a curveball, just too high. And the Nats walk it off.
Stephen Drew brings home Anthony Rendon. And the Nationals have a walk-off 3-2 win here in Washington. Let's send it back to San Diego. Mike Pomerantz